All right, I guess it's time. Oh, also, I'm going to change my angle because it looks shitty. I'm not streaming during the day right now. Mic is covering my face here, but it's also blocking my view of my game. How am I supposed to play? Hey, Chief Freak, what's going on? You can join in if you wanna. Yeah, it's good to hear from you again. So, it's been so long. Hello.
Cool.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I am, well, I am feeling better. Not 100%, but enough to go to work and do things again. But I've been sick. You can sort of tell in my
Yeah,
voice a bit, I'm sure.
you and me both, buddy.
Really? Got hit by
Yeah,
something?
I got COVID.
Oh,
So I've
shit. Oh,
been,
well, I hope
yeah, I've been.
you're feeling better. I
Luckily,
thought I almost
yeah,
did, but
yeah. Luckily, I'm mostly over it. I just have, some of the residual like taste stuff, and
yeah, yeah,
you know how all that goes. It's not
yeah.
fun, but
Yeah, I had like, I think I posted in the Discord because I didn't stream for like a week as well because I would have streamed uh if I felt better. Um Also my throat was like killing, like I had a really sore throat and there's like no way I could talk. So um
feel ya.
yeah, I had a viral infection that led to a bit of a bacterial one. Pretty bad. Um and I ended up with all of that plus an ear infection. So
Ah, geez. Yeah, I've had those before too. Like I think I mean, I guess with the thing with the COVID here is it's not. It's like one of those recent strains, so it's really not like as uh, it's not as like it's like not as mean, I guess. Like
well
a lot of
it's
the newer
yeah.
strains don't tend to be very deadly or anything. They just tend to be really annoying.
It's probably just gonna mix in with the flu at this point. It's just because everyone stopped giving it, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, enough about being sick. I'm gonna get into the game because we are playing the original Castlevania tonight.
That's a good game. I That's one of the very few NES games that I have, at least myself, years ago. I haven't. This is for the record. This is like we're talking like 2009, 2010. I perfected the art of playing through Castlevania.
Oh, nice.
I
Wait, have
was
you played like an?
very good at the game at the time, but
I don't
it's
think
been so freaking long.
I don't know if I asked you. Maybe I have before, but because I did end up playing Mega Man a few times. But what's your opinion on classic Mega Man since it's in that same realm as Castlevania?
I prefer Mega Man over Castlevania.
I mean, me too. I mean, me too. Like, I'm not good at these games. Like,
Yeah.
I am like I know how to play this game, but like, uh, if I need it, I'm trying not to resort to save states. But there's like times in this game where it's like, I need this certain sub weapon, or else I'm gonna really not do well in this level. Because like, I'm dreading like level 4 or 5 when where the boss is the Grim Reaper. I want to have holy water for it, but I'm probably gonna lose it by either dying or collecting another sub weapon by mistake. And when I do that, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, how am I gonna fight Grim Reaper now?
That's like the bane. That's like the bane of this game's existence, is collecting the wrong thing by accident. It's been a long time since I did. I think the last time I did a proper playthrough of this game was, well, it was back on the Wii, and it was on
Is the virtual console?
It was not the virtual console. It was the homebrew FCEUX, UGUX or whatever it was.
Like the loader or whatever.
Emulator. Yeah, the homebrew emulator.
I thought you were also gonna say you played the that one WiiWare title, or the Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth.
I actually did play that one. I actually love I'm one of those people who's like, I like Castlevania, but I only like the classic Castlevania.
I have not played Symphony in the Night, and I want to try it, but I feel like I'm not gonna I'm afraid of getting into other Metroidvanias because it's not going to be as comfy as Super Metroid was. Or any other Metroid game.
Yeah, for me, it's more just like, I don't know, I just never really, found I think that the appeal of Castlevania kind of wore off for me with like the more, Metroid-y titles. Because it just doesn't feel like Metroid in the classic games. It feels more like, I don't know, kind of its own treacherous sort of thing.
But it's just a really hard stance platformer. Like, I kind of put it in the same realm as, like, Zelda 2, honestly, you know? Even though Zelda 2 is the very exception rather than the norm.
Yeah.
I should play that one too. Like, I don't know anything about Zelda 2, and I feel like that could be a good... I mean, I've seen countless Let's Plays of it. But,
yeah, back when I played this,
I feel like playing it and watching it is different, so...
Back when I played this, I didn't have, like, regular internet access.
Yeah.
Like, as in, you know, like, there was no Wi-Fi or anything, so if I wanted to do something, I was just like, well, I gotta go on the computer and, like, maximize whatever amount of time, because I was a kid, right, you know?
Yeah.
I would just, like, go to, like, what was it, the emulation sites and just download ROM sets and stick them on my Wii SD card so that I would have games to play, basically. And Castlevania ended up being one of the games that, like, really caught my attention, along with, I think I played through Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo.
Well, at least it's that one and not the NES original, because that one probably be a little harder, even though they're both very hard.
I played that, and then I also played, just like a plethora of random Game Boy Advance games, because GBA games, like the ROM sets for that were way too big, so I would just download, like, stuff that sounded interesting, you know?
Yeah.
I remember downloading all kinds of, like, weird licensed games, because, you know, I was a stupid kid, and I didn't know any better.
Yeah. I mean, I'd end up playing like, a whole bunch of licensed games, but... Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's actually, like, one of the weirdest things that one can do is, like, download a Game Boy Advance ROM set and just, like, poke through all the licensed games, because there's
Oh, kind of like a grab bag, I guess.
Yeah, there's just, like, hundreds of them. It's insane. Every developer...
God, if I die to the first boss, I'm gonna be like...
Yeah, every developer just really wants to, you know... They really,
I died to the first boss.
Yeah, they really just wanted to make, you know, anything so that they could try to sell it to some stupid parent. It was basically the gist.
Yeah. I think the stopwatch is better for the first boss anyway.
Some of those games were pretty fun, though. I remember growing up like with it was like a Spider-Man Game Boy Advance game. It was pretty good.
I think some people like the Spider-Man early 2000s games. I mean, everyone quotes Spider-Man 2 a lot, but...
Yeah, it was like this 2D action platforming game, where you'd have like a little goal given to you, and then you'd do that, and that was kind of it.
And jump on the
I don't know. I just remember it being kind of fun.
It's cool.
Anyway, yeah, sorry I haven't been on stream as much lately. I just been busy, and before that, you know, I was obviously after that. Now I was sick, so it's like
yeah,
don't really feel like doing a whole lot. So
get off the goddamn stairs.
I've been watching like just an absolute crazy amount of anime because
wow.
Yeah, I watched. Let's see. I think the first thing I watched when I got COVID was like My Dress Up Darling, and that was great.
A lot of people say good things about that.
Yeah, it's very cute. Very cute anime, very cute characters, very well thought out stuff. A lot of the fan servicey sort of stuff, though, of course, you know.
Oh, of course.
But still.
I mean, we like Xenoblade too, so of course. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, yes, we are men of culture, after all.
Yeah. Anyway, if that's how I'm going to be handled by the first boss, I'm not looking forward to the rest of the game.
Well, you know, what I would do if I was you is I would like give it like an earnest like 10 or so attempts without any save states.
Okay.
And then like if you can't do it after that, then I would do like a save state at the beginning of each level, and if you can't do it then just do a save state for each screen.
I know, but I kind of want to do it like originalness, like because back in the old days we didn't have save states on the NES. Yeah. I know we live in an age where that's more common. It's like, just go ahead and do it. But I'm just like, I don't want to. I want to be a dipshit.
Oh yeah, it's up to you, really, at the end of the day. Unrelated, have you played Vampire Survivors?
No, what is that? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It is not at all related to Castlevania, except for the fact that it's like thematically similar. But it's
I mean, vampires just go hand in hand with each other.
Yeah, it's an indie game by this guy. I think Conkle is his Steam name. He makes. It's like this. It's like a. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a roguelike, but without like any actual like levels. It's like a mix of like a bullet hell with like rogue stuff. Kind of like
Okay.
Basically.
Like Enter the Gungeon?
It's, well, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like enemies like come at you constantly, and your attacks are all automatic. And every time you kill enemies, they drop gems. And then you pick up gems to level up, and when you level up, you get an item. And you can pick up to 6 weapon items, and you can pick up to 6 passive items.
Okay. You kind of like build your own arsenal and skill set as you go?
Yeah, and every level lasts. The goal of every level is to just live for 30 minutes, basically.
Okay, so it's survival too.
Yeah, it's every 1 minute the wave changes, and it gets harder and harder as time goes on. It's really good. It's like extremely cheap. It's a very it became very popular on YouTube, around when it came out for a bit. I think like Northern Lion and like the other such Twitch streamers and such were covering it at the time. But yeah, I actually was playing that recently because it looked fun. My friend was playing it, and that game is great. I would heavily recommend it. It's it's very cheap. It's also very cheap. It's only like $5.
Okay. When you said like a bullet hell like roguelike, I was thinking of the Enter the Gungeon, if you ever played that.
Well, I say it's bullet hell, but it's more like enemy hell, because the thing you're actually dodging most of the time is like the enemies themselves. But like you're actually most of the time not even really focused on dodging. You're really more focused on like building a crazy, ridiculous arsenal that can just kill everything.
Okay.
So it's more like it's like a mix of both strategy and a little bit of bullet hell here and there. But I actually would say that if you were to judge its difficulty,
oh shit,
calling it a bullet hell is maybe disingenuous. It's a little too easy to be considered a proper bullet hell, if you ask me.
Okay. I wish I had a flash stopper right now. Time stopper. Ugh.
Anyway, the reason it's called Vampire Survivors actually is just because I think the game was. I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think that initially the game was made with like an asset pack like of like vampire characters and stuff. And, okay. Like it was like Castlevania-ish stuff, But I think a lot of that stuff has been replaced, as I understand it. Like stuff that was like part of the asset pack has been replaced, some of it. So.
Okay.
Either way, it's like it was surprisingly good. Kind of like a sleeper hit from like the beginning of the year.
Yeah, because I definitely never heard of it. So definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, I try to keep an eye on like indie stuff because, well, I mean, realistically, like indies are the only games that come out regularly these days that are like interesting.
Very different from each other and have a lot of creative ideas.
Yeah, it's not like the major AAA like big companies are making stuff that's in like Nintendo on the 3DS they used to do like smaller budget eShop titles.
Yeah, right.
Like they you get your Pushmos and like what else? There was like Freaky Forms and like just weird, just out there crazy whatever Nintendo felt like publishing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There isn't anything like that anymore with like not just with Nintendo, but like all of the major publishers aren't really doing anything like that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, back on the thing of the handheld, I feel like I get away with it, more because it's just there's a lot of things to look at, and it's like, hey, this might catch your attention. But now it's a bit harder to get that grasp.
It's just interesting to me because the kinds of games that I would like to see Nintendo doing that with are just these sorts of sort of indie likes. I would like to see Nintendo just being like, hey, you're a small indie developer, I'll fund you to make this game or whatever, right? They don't do that though.
Yeah.
And it's like, because like they did do that. Well, I mean, at least there was some level of encouragement on the 3DS to do that sort of thing. But like they're like, I just remember when the 3DS was like sort of new. There was so many like exclusive eShop titles. Like remember like Mutant Muds and like
Yeah, I remember that.
like the Mighty Switch Force.
I mean, WayForward still does. WayForward still does a lot of things like that still when they have the time to do it.
Yeah, it just feels like it's like kind of a bygone era though. There just hasn't been as much stuff like that.
Yeah. I hate these birds sometimes. Sometimes they get really lucky with their path and they fly right into my hit zone, but sometimes they're really elusive.
Earlier you asked about a classic Mega Man. What's your favorite classic Mega Man game for the NES?
Probably be 3. Yeah, I think people give 3 kind of too much shit for like the Doc Robot stages, which pop up after you beat the 8 Robot Masters. And you have to go back to
after my own heart, I swear.
Yeah.
I agree, 100% agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I find them fun. I'm used to them at times, but they're kind of bullshit on the NES version. On the Mega Man the Wily Wars version, I think it's a bit more bearable on that because I think they toned it down just a little bit in terms of like damage output and stuff from the Doc Robots.
Yeah,
but,
it's been a long time since I sat down and really like played any NES games, just because, well, you know, I've played most of them before. You know, there was like a whole period of my childhood where I was just doing nothing but playing retro games because that was like.
And I died.
Yeah. Well, that was like, you know, that was like, as I said, it was like I could spend 15 minutes on my computer doing something on the internet. What am I going to spend doing? I'm like, well, I could probably get the most, you know, entertainment for my efforts by just downloading an NES ROM set and checking out a whole bunch of old games, basically. So. Yeah, people, that's one of the other things. People are always like, piracy is bad. Piracy doesn't do it. Well, you know, I wouldn't be playing half the games I play these days without piracy. So I don't know. I do think in some contexts it is bad. Like, especially for like newer games, I think it's bad. But if it's been like years and they don't really re-release it a whole lot, then I say fine. But if it's like newer stuff and you do it just to hate developers, then I think there's a bit of malice in that. So. Yeah, some people pirate out of spite. I generally don't think that's like, well, I wouldn't say it's immoral to pirate out of spite to a corporation, but like at the same time, I mean, it's not like Nintendo is gonna really.
It's not like they're gonna come out and stop you for it. It's like I can't stop you from doing that, but I think at that point it's bad.
Yeah.
Like when like people pirate when like Mario Galaxy 2 came out, people pirated the shit out of that game. But it just came out.
I definitely remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like I think like the line of excusability for game piracy is probably more like, I guess what I should say is it's like, are you pirating because A, you can't afford something? If you can't afford something, then you're perfectly valid. Whatever, who cares? You're poor. Just have fun, okay? You know,
I just say
deserve to have fun. It's fine.
You pirate still find ways to support people, even if they're corporations down to the smallest indie developer. You know, it's like they'll still need to make a living.
Yeah, I think that's well, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I think that if the alternative to piracy is just not having any fun ever, then yeah, by all means pirate, I guess. But like, if your alternative is like, oh well, you know, I could spend the price of a candy bar on this indie game, or I could save the money and not do that. I mean, that's like a stupid reason not to just buy a game. Like,
yeah,
like take Vampire Survivors for example. Like, who is going to pirate that? Just buy it. It's $5. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, come on. But like, you know, I get it. I get some people $5 is more. You know, so.
Yeah.
It kind of depends. It kind of depends on the context a lot for me. But for me, I think that the other thing that's like perfectly excusable is if you're a kid. If you're a kid, then you can. It's like whatever. Who cares? Like, because like kids don't have money. They just don't. You know, they don't have jobs. So if you can use your ingenuity to get your hands on entertainment that you enjoy for free, you're perfectly valid to do so. Probably.
Oh, pot roast. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's the third thing I was gonna bring up actually. Yeah, if you live in like a country where like prices are ridiculous. Yeah, like
or countries where like games aren't really
Like
Voices of
I have a buddy, Wilson, who lives in Brazil, and
yeah, and Brazil has
basically
had
he would not be able to play video games if he didn't pirate games, basically.
right. That's the problem there, just with the lack of distribution. And
Yeah. So you know, it's just like kind of one of those. That's like how I've always kind of felt about piracy in general. I think that also like it depends largely on like accessibility as well. I personally I don't pirate PC games like at all ever.
yeah,
Because why would I do that when I could just buy them on Steam and it's like, you know, it costs basically nothing. Still, most of the time. Like, it's not very expensive to be a Steam player, you know? But consoles, I don't know, sometimes it's a little bit more, but like, then again, like, it kind of depends. Like, it really is just like one of those moral gray areas a lot of the time.
and oh, barely won that.
Ooh, that was close. Good job.
Also, I love doing this. And I love how Sakurai referenced it in Smash Bros. With one of Simon's victory poses, where you collect the red orb and then you start jumping and whipping because it does it before the game locks your control. I love that. Such a good attention to detail.
Simon and Belmont being in Smash was one of those ones where I was like, that's like, oh, like we're getting. That was the moment I knew that it was like, okay, now we're getting into the territory where they'll just do anything, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it was gonna happen. I feel like it should have happened a lot sooner, honestly, because Castlevania was a very hand in hand with Nintendo.
Oh, Mega Man, even Mega Man as well. Like, I think
yeah, but like both of them were. You know, I was like when you talk about I think that back kind of saved me there. When you talk about games from the NES, I think pretty much a lot of Nintendo's like first big IPs and stuff like that. And then when you think of like
Smash 4 really changed everything.
yes, it did.
Kind of did.
I would say Brawl did, but I mean obviously with the introduction of third-party characters, but Smash 4 obviously increased the reach of that.
Well, Smash, like Brawl just felt to me like, hey, we're gonna do like Nintendo All Stars, but like occasionally we'll throw in throw you a bone with like some third party characters here and there.
Yeah.
It's like small time. Like I was like, why is Snake one of the choices? I don't know. There was never really that many Smash. There was never that
it
many
was
Metal Gear
very
games.
left field, but it had a reason other than associating with Nintendo for it.
Right. And then Sonic was just like obvious, like
Everybody wanted Sonic.
Sega had a huge, like a massive presence on the GameCube. So it was kind of a foregone conclusion that Sonic would be in Smash eventually.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Blue Hunter. Thank you for joining the stream today, man. Ah. Yeah, Kojima, lol. No, Kojima's a super nice guy. Sure he is, anyway.
He's an artist. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
an artist. He's an artist and also like a movie director at the same time because he wanted to be a movie director. He's like a He's a super huge film buff too.
My whole thing with the Kojima is my thought on Kojima productions and stuff like that is if there's one essential game that I could recommend anyone play, it's Snake Eater. But
oh yeah.
Realistically, like, I'm not gonna say that any of the other Metal Gears or like any of Kojima's other games are really that worth playing. And the reason I say that is because the other ones are worth playing if you
like what you played the first part of it.
Right. It's more just like the reason I say this is that the Metal Gear Solid 3 is kind of like the perfection of the Metal Gear formula, effectively. And then that was like it's arguably the best story that they tell with any of the games. It's like certainly the most grounded and most interesting to like follow.
Oh yeah, because it sets up a lot of stuff that's already happened, and plus you don't really need to know what happens yet.
Right. So it really works on its own the best as a standalone thing to play. But also, like, Kojima was, like, railed in. You know what I mean? Like, his team kept him railed in.
I guess so.
Exactly the right amount.
I want to pick up the... Sorry, I picked up the dagger when I had the holy water. I was like, really? And I had the double shot, too. Sorry, I I was just mad at that moment.
It happens. That's Castlevania for you.
Wait, what were you saying about
Basically, what I would say is to anybody whoever, basically, my suggestion usually is, if you're going to play any Kojima game, play Metal Gear Solid 3. Skip straight to Metal Gear Solid 3. You don't need to play 1 or 2.
And you could really start with 3 if you wanted.
I really do think that it's like the most essential one. If you like what you played in 3, then consider playing 1 and 2. But like 3 is probably the most quintessential Kojima experience, because basically it was one of the only ones where Kojima was like really railed in by his team to like focus on making a good video game product rather than just making something that's like super artistically interesting and crazy. Like if you want to see what Kojima is like completely unhinged, then Death Stranding is more like what you'd be interested in.
That and Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4.
Yeah, but it's really just like Kojima just went absolutely nuts. Like everything without him being reined in, he doesn't make very good video games. He just makes very good art. Is the problem? Like I think that Death Stranding is a great piece of video game art, right? But like I don't think it quite qualifies as like anything close to what Metal Gear Solid 3 achieved, right?
Right.
So,
you know, I actually bought. Maybe I got it for free. I don't remember how I got it free, but I downloaded Snake Eater. I guess the substance version on the PSN sometime on my PS3. I haven't touched it though.
It's a good game. I definitely always recommend.
Oh, I own it.
Yeah. If you ever want to get around to any, if I could suggest playing any Kojima or really just any Kojima Productions game, that's probably the best one, without a doubt. It just like, it also just is like the most clean in terms of like video game design that the series has ever been. The ones that came after, I haven't played, here's the thing, I haven't played much of, I played a bit of 2, I played a bit of 1, I played a bit of Twin Snakes, but I've never really finished them.
I wanted to play Twin Snakes,
one that I finished.
Because it's on the GameCube, but
I haven't played Death Stranding, but I've seen plenty of gameplay of it, it's just like...
Yes, I know I can emulate Twin Snakes, but I know it's kind of impossible these days. You know what, I'm just gonna get a game over so I can refresh my lives, I don't care. Anyway, also, I hope everybody in the chat is doing great today. Unless we have a few people in the chat. Say hi. And I know I'm trying to read the chat too, but I'm also focusing on the game as well, so I apologize. But I know it's like I know I can technically emulate Twin Snakes, but again, I would like to have a physical copy, but it's kind of impossible to get one these days with how rare that one is. And being a GameCube game, that's not a good combination. Being rare and being a GameCube game.
Yeah, it's one of those. The prices are just getting worse and worse on those games too, unfortunately.
Glad I bought a copy of Star Fox Assault when I did.
Eventually, it'll be a little bit more. It'll rein itself in eventually, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like we're almost at the ship has sailed point for a lot of GameCube titles.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is that it's incredibly easy to just, you know, like if you want to play on real hardware, just like get a Wii and use Nintendo or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like super easy. Like even the speedrunners do it. Like it's like accepted, you know? It's like a widely accepted means of playing these games. Like I watched Average Trey VG do like a video recently where he talked about how it's like speedrun legal for a whole bunch of individual level categories to use like Nintendo and Gecko codes and stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's weird, but cool.
I know, I'm just very nostalgic and like for the tiny UMD DVDs and the boxes for the games, so I like having them. Or because I just grew up with it a lot, so.
I feel ya. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, most of my GameCube boxes got lost during a move, and
I think a lot of people.
Games too, so.
I think a lot of people can say, and like, if you're in chat, say if you agree, let me know in chat. if you like threw away like your Game Boy Advance boxes or like your like very disposable game cases and not realize like, wow, I would like to keep some of these in the future, you know?
Yeah, sadly, it wasn't my choice whether or not I got to keep them, I kept most of them, and then eventually they were thrown away by someone other than myself. So...
We're not gonna live this next encounter here.
Mostly, I was like a mess of a kid, though, you know. My room was always a disaster area, so I don't really blame my parents for throwing shit away like that. But
I
still.
just jumped right into him, but I can't really control that when you can't control your jumps. We're gonna game over on this.
Not much you could do about that kind of thing. I
Yeah.
guess.
That's the one bad thing about Castlevania. I know everybody can really agree with that is you can't control your jumps in midair unless you're playing Castlevania 4.
By the way, if you've never played Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth, it's very good.
I have it on my Wii on my Wii actually through adding the WAD file to it because I like having that was one thing I liked about the Wii a lot was having your games displayed on your Wii menu. It kind of made it feel like your own personalized, you know, kind of like a desktop background in a way.
Yeah, I think for a lot at some point I finally took the effort on the Wii to set up something called, I think it was like Sneak or Unique or something. Basically, it allowed you to have like a copy of your NAND stored on your SD card, so you could have as much stuff on it as you wanted, basically. So I had like all that stuff in like one place. It was pretty cool.
You know, I actually wanted to ask something. I don't know if you know. I know this is not on topic of Castlevania, but that's okay. We're just kind of talking about whatever. But you know how to use USB Loader GX on the Wii U?
I do, yeah.
Okay, because I tried to install that the other day, but like I was just not getting any luck getting anything to work.
Did you set up a custom iOS?
I don't.
Like part of the install process for let me think here. Basically, on the Wii U, the way it works is it's a little different than on a regular Wii, where basically the Wii U has its own special like iOS subsystem instead of it being like exactly like a carbon copy of the Wii's. It's like they're just like different versions basically for all of the Wii U ones because of different hardware, so it has to have different I/O stuff. So basically, with USB loaders, the way they worked is...
Oh my god, sorry.
Yeah, USB loaders, the way they worked on the Wii is effectively they're just like a GUI for like telling the Wii to launch into a custom iOS, and then like it feeds it a path to a game. Yeah. On a USB device. So you can set up the loader, but if you don't have a custom iOS to actually load into, then it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah. You know? Well, I just wanted to use mob because like I have Nintendo on an SD card. And that's what I use for Pokemon Coliseum. If you notice my streams of those, that's what I've been playing off of. But I like the look of the mod loader, the USB mod loader, and I wanted to try and do that because I just liked how it looks better.
Yeah, I mean, you can set it. It depends on what you're trying to play. If you're trying to play GameCube games, then you just have to make sure the loader is on the SD card in the right place. Yeah.
I have that. I'll have that set up.
If you're trying to play Wii games, then you have to set up a custom iOS. Usually, everybody uses, I think, D2X CIOS, which is like there's like a guide page you can follow to install that. You might have to like walk me through in like a DM or something like that. But yeah, I'll hit you with some links at some point. Yeah. Also, when I tried formatting, I bought a USB drive from my job, and I converted to I think I tried converting it to FAT32, but it wouldn't do it for some reason. Oh, like with like the Windows formatter? Yeah, Windows formatter doesn't let you format drives above 32 gigabytes as FAT32 for some reason. That's kind of dumb. It doesn't make any sense though. There's no reason for them not to let you do that. I wasted like 5 hours on that. Yeah, all you have to do is download it. There's like a tool people use called GUI FAT32 format that lets you format any size drive. I think up to 4 terabytes as FAT32.
Yeah, and then don't you have to disguise your flash drive so like the Wii U doesn't recognize it and try to format it to work with it? Because when I tried plugging it in without doing that, it asks like you have to format everything on the drive in order to use it on the Wii U.
Don't even get me started on the Y cable bullshit.
Oh yeah, that's what I had to buy for my hard drive. That's what I put Xenoblade X on for my or the patch files for it.
I don't understand why the Wii U is so stupid.
Oh, I think a lot of people did because they gave up on it a lot.
Yeah, like, why was it so hard for them to just give all 5 volts of power to all 4 USB ports? Like, why do you gotta, like, what's this 3.5 volts nonsense?
And there's, like, a lot of things where they literally recommend an external hard drive for, but it's like, how can you use an external hard drive on it without doing a bunch of bullshit? It's like, you didn't design it very well to use external hard drives.
It's like, yes, I have a Wii U. I would like to, plug in 2 plugs into my wall, one with like a giant box because my external hard drive needs power all the time.
I got a 3-shot and then I died.
If there's one thing I have to say about the Wii U, it's that the hardware is not the strongest.
Hello, who joined?
Hello there, it is I, Blue Hunter Zero, and I'm not grinding terrible FPS games made by even worse companies. I'm over here with my friends.
Hi.
How's it going?
Doing
Doing good. Just got out of the shower. Thought I'd spend some time here, watching you play one of the worst I'm just kidding.
You mean one of the worst? It's just hard as hell. I mean, you can see I'm struggling.
Hot take, but I think that the first Castlevania, the one you're playing, is the best one.
Yeah. I mean,
not Castlevania 3?
Yeah, Castlevania 3 is really bullshit hard, but I like what it does with like the extra characters. But I haven't really played it that much.
There's just something very pure about this specific game to me. I don't understand it, but it's just like it just feels good, you know?
Yeah, I can get that, but I'm more of a Super Castlevania 4 guy myself.
I mean, that's just the go-to.
Well, that's like the go-to.
That's just like it's like the all of the above answer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That one's the one that's like, you can recommend anyone play this because anybody can play this.
And it's not gonna tear their hair out.
Right.
I mean, it's still hard.
You know, I haven't mentioned it, but any of you guys like played much of the Contra games on?
I played Contra 1 with a friend, where it was pretty fun.
What was the one on the Super Nintendo?
That was Contra 3.
The Alien Wars, Contra 3.
Yeah, I always liked that.
That one is super good.
That one's pretty fun. You can't go wrong with the NES original though, for sure.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about it, but the WiiWare Rebirth title for Contra was super
I forgot that got a Rebirth title.
Yeah, it was like super good. It's like one of those. Everybody always talks about the Castlevania Adventure Rebirth because it's like, oh, it's the Game Boy game, but like good, you know.
But the Rebirth Contra one is the original Contra, right?
Something like it's like some sort of like, I don't know. It's just kind of like a.
Or is it that in Super C? I don't know.
I'm not really sure what it's trying to be. I just remember it being like another new Castlevania or Contra game, I mean. Which was interesting because like at the time I think the only other like new Contra game we'd had in a while was what? Contra 4 on the DS.
On the DS. Like I've heard good things about it, but like I haven't heard like any specifics about it.
It's like impossible to get a physical copy of.
Yeah.
Because like, and of course
that's an R4 game.
Yeah. And of course it's a DS game, so you know those prices are going to be ridiculous on the second hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there's a retro game store not too far from me. Sometimes I like to go over there and see what they have. I go to the DS section. Fucking Mega Man ZX Advent, $60.
What the? Well, that's cheap for that game.
It's re-released on the Zero ZX.
Well, that's true. But previously, I'd say if you found that for $60, that's pretty cheap.
But like, and don't even get me started on the Dragon Quest DS games.
That you might, yeah.
Those are like over $130. And like, I found a sealed, complete in box version of Dragon Quest V for the DS. $150. Actually, no, it might have been $250 now. Let me look back at it.
Great execution.
Oh, dude, I got invincibility. What the fuck?
Ayo?
He was like, Proto, you're over here with like, what?
Did it
crash?
Hell?
The game crash?
You were actually so good that the game was like, fuck you.
What? What the hell is this?
You like went through that whole screen with
Do I really have to restart the whole game?
The game decided that you don't get to continue.
Man, that's a shame.
Bro.
That's like I've not seen that before. Good job.
Unleash your inner AVGN right now.
Cowabunga piece of dog shit.
You like that screen is actually pretty tough, and you went through it like basically flawlessly there. So
well, I know
the game punished you for it, but
yeah.
Let's not talk about that. Let's acknowledge that you were skilled.
Did you start over?
Yeah, there's nothing else I could do.
What the fuck? There's not like an option to just retry.
All right, so I guess what
I didn't make a save state. I'm gonna make a save state for that level. Because I feel like that one is earned, but I don't want to try and use save states too much, or at all if I can.
Maybe you should just make save states at the beginning of every level, just in case the game crashes.
Yeah, because I've never had that happen.
That is very, very unfortunate.
Oh, and I wonder if it's like an actual thing on the NES. Like, what if it was because I was invincible going through a door?
Oh my god!
Working? But I feel like that was more like the emulator of the collection crashing.
I've never seen that happen.
Well, I guess this is gonna be a multi-parter, because I'll probably come back to finish this game at some point later, but maybe I'll do Super Castlevania 4. I'm really not that good at 3 to really do that one.
You know what game you should play?
What?
Aria of Sorrow.
I haven't played any of the Metroidvania ones. I need to play Symphony of the Night first, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I've played a little bit of the Game Boy Advance ones because I put them on my 3DS back when the 3DS first was modded. I was like, oh, I'm gonna.
Hey, did you know it's very easy to mod your DS?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
surprisingly easy to mod a 3DS.
Yes.
Someone like me who has no experience modding consoles was able to do it.
Just a bit of research and a bit of just thinking.
Then again, my sister's girlfriend, she's a monster programmer, so she was like able to do it.
Oh, then she probably knows more of the ins and outs of it. Because all I get from a basic stuff is you just move some files here, download some files here, and then boom, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
still not. People make the joke, but there used to be some crazy stuff going on with the 3DS modding. I don't remember a whole lot of it, but I remember at one point there was a hack called slow hacks or something where you had to like leave your 3DS on and it would open and close the home menu like sub-applet over and over and over again to like rotate memory so that it could access like a protected part of memory and then gain kernel access.
Oh
and it took like 45 minutes to run, so you just like sit your 3DS down on a screen and it'd be like,
I mean, that's sort of
slow hacks.
It's kind of like how
launch 38 of 350 or some stuff.
It's kind of like original Wii hacking before people figured out the true way to it, because you would have to use Twilight Princess to access the stuff. Like, you'd have to open Twilight Princess and then do a bunch of things in it to get it to where the Wii was vulnerable enough for the hacking to work.
Yeah. Oh man. You know, Vita hacking is also surprisingly easy.
Too bad nobody has one. Whew.
Yeah, I have one.
Well, now you really don't need one because Persona 4 Golden's coming out on Switch next year. So
okay, but like it is kind of cool to just mod around.
I had Persona 4 Golden on Steam PC for like ever.
And also on Steam Deck, Steam Deck technically too. So.
God, it's still wild to me that Persona 5 Royal's coming to Switch, dude.
Isn't like next week?
It's next week. But like, I'm surprised. I just want to see how it runs on Switch. Like,
I think it should be fine. I mean, Royal.
It's not like Royal
wasn't
like
that much
stylistic, you know.
Well, Royal was a PS4 game only, but I'm sure they touched up some graphics. But Persona 5 is just a PS3 game. You know.
The real surprise for me is Nier Automata on Switch, though. Like it's called effort, and Square Enix rarely puts that into their ports. For the recent I'm just still salty about Kingdom Hearts, and then
I think the reason they got Nier working is because Nintendo and Platinum are like buddy. Right?
Yeah, but I think there's an outsourced studio that ported that with this
Well,
with some
even so, though,
platinum
I would imagine
assistance.
Platinum was probably still like involved
A
somewhere.
little bit, yeah.
And Nintendo probably shared some of their crazy compression wizardry with them.
They need to share that more people because I see people buy like like the freaking next Call of Duty game and that's like 50 to 60 gigabytes. Like goddamn.
Oh man.
Like how do you have space for other games? I know you have 2 terabyte hard drives, but like still.
See that's the thing with Division Duty. They make sure that the games are so ridiculously big you play nothing else.
Yeah.
It's a business strategy, not a it's not a side effect. It's a business strategy.
Yeah.
Well, like doesn't Call of Duty pretty much operate like when the new one comes out? Do you just delete the old one from last year? I don't know.
Have to, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Either that or you buy a new hard drive.
Yeah.
I mean,
hard drive swap to play Call of Duty from last year.
I mean, to be fair, there are some still like old Modern Warfare servers still up.
Oh yeah. Oh dang it! Didn't pick up the cross.
You'd be surprised at how dedicated some of these fans are. To
I'm sure they are.
Their old like games up and running. But like you remember the whole World of Warcraft personal private servers for the.
Well, and then they made WoW Classic though. But yeah, I know people kept the WoW servers up even still.
And then Blizzard had to fuck it up.
Fucked it up.
I mean, Blizzard screwing anything up at this point. I mean, at this point, Activision and Blizzard are basically just the same entity. So it's like.
What is it with like multiple like companies like I kind of was like trying to make this joke earlier, but it's like companies aren't shooting these companies that are like making these really bad decisions that piss a lot of people off and just keep doing it. Like, that's not shooting yourself in the foot. That's just pointing the gun at your head. At that point,
it's pointing the gun at your head and just like and thinking, "Hey, I'm invincible. Nothing bad will happen."
I think really like the video game industry hasn't been the same since the 7th gen, basically.
What?
Because
was the 7th gen again?
Like Wii, PS3, Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
basically
the DLC.
DLC.
Microtransactions.
It's just like one get-rich-quick scheme after another with these megacorps now. Like it's always like first it's like oh we're gonna like put DLC and everything, so they just like chop up the game and like sell parts of the game back to you. That's what they were doing with like there was like a whole controversy with Capcom. And,
well, that's what I was about to say. I was going to point to Capcom. I think
DLC.
Yeah, I think Capcom was the biggest problem with that. They've recovered, thankfully, but
and then there's the whole like it became like, oh yeah, now instead of trying to sell you DLC, we're gonna sell you a season pass, and like the season pass is like basically they're just saying, hey, we promise we'll give you more DLC, and then they give you lackluster DLC like a year later.
Yeah.
Basically, like that's like the grift, and then the next grift was like what, like the live service thing, and then everything had to be like PUBG basically. So everything is like
battle royale,
online battle royale, and then everything had to be like now everything.
And then you can be like the worst case scenario with that, and that'd be like the Final Fantasy 7, the first soldier. That one battle royale game, and it shut down its servers less than 6 months after it launched.
Yeah, now everything has to be like Fortnite Battle Pass, whatever. Like that's the new grift. So.
I think you remember that crappy Square Enix Adventures game and how it had a live service? Why is there a live service for a freaking single player game?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Square Enix L.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, that was like the peak of video games as as a medium was the days when Activision was still publishing things like Tony Hawk 4. You know what I mean? Like that was like
and then they made 5.
Right. Well, but like that was post.
That was the exception.
Unfortunately, so
video
games just haven't been the same. These mega corporations can't produce quality products anymore. They have to just produce like the most like money grubbing garbage possible. It is what it is. You can't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's
Valve,
life.
Hey Valve, can you make Half-Life 3?
It's number 3.
Hey, Val, can you make Portal 3?
It's just
Hey,
3
Val,
you
can you
speak of.
make-
I've never heard of it. It's just one. It's just numbers 1 and 2, right? There's no. I don't think there's anything that comes after that.
Okay.
So wait,
Val.
you're saying you want Half-Life 2.2?
Episode 2.
2.2 version 2.2. All right.
What was the last major game that Valve even made?
Well, they made Half-Life Alyx. That
Alyx.
was something.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not saying. And as by something, I mean it was actually substantial,
Okay.
which is good.
And then and as for like insubstantial stuff, they did do that like what was it, Aperture Desk Job or whatever for the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Small,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's still something.
Speaking of the Steam Deck, how easy is it to mod that?
There's
I'd
no
say
modding
fairly
involved,
easy.
It's a PC.
It's just a
It's
PC.
Yeah, it's just it's a PC. It's just do whatever you want with it.
Oh, okay.
It has
It's a
like,
Raspberry
desktop-
Pi.
Yeah, it has a Linux desktop environment. You can just dump whatever you want in there. It'll literally run anything that runs in Linux, and even most things that run in Windows because of Proton. So yeah,
Can't
it's
touch
pretty
me.
Cool. I don't have one, but my buddy Ian does, and he showed me a bunch of stuff from it. And basically, I was like, well, let's see how easy it is to run just about anything. So I just like sent him a Windows freeware game, and he was like, less than 10 minutes, he was able to play it. Sitting there playing it on his Steam Deck. So.
I like how people were like saying with Steam Deck, oh, Nintendo Switch can become irrelevant because you can just play Switch games on through the emulator on there. It's like, bro, have you seen Yuzu on Steam Deck? It's not good.
It's not very good, but
Sure,
I
you
also
could get better graphics on it, but it's not gonna run well.
I don't think it's like I don't think it's comparable. Like I think
No.
that the experience with the Steam Deck is just like. I mean, well, let me put it this way. There are some comparisons you can draw, like take playing Doom Eternal on the Steam Deck with like
The Switch version.
Yeah, compared to like the Switch version of Doom Eternal. Obviously, the Steam
Obviously,
Deck
there's
is
gonna be
gonna
different graphical differences.
Yeah,
But
obviously the Steam Deck is gonna be like vastly superior because it's just like stronger hardware, flat out. But like, obviously, like if you're talking about actually just playing Nintendo Switch games, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do that on the Steam Deck if you could just do it on the Switch instead.
he just disappeared after one hit. That was.
Wait, are we coming back to the section where things just went a little,
I think that's the next level in there.
Maybe you
feels
should make
so
a save state soon.
I'll make one soon.
Oh, god.
Yeah.
It feels so weird seeing a Castlevania game and Simon's just not using his whip to actually, swing across areas. I played too much Castlevania 4.
Play 4.
Make sure when you make your save state for that level, you do it before you go to the next level.
Yeah.
Just in case, like, because if you make the save state and then it always crashes every time or something, then you'd be screwed. So.
Skeletons are like jumping out at me, like jump scare.
Spooky, scary skeletons
Yes.
from behind the wall tiles.
Yeah.
I've got a bone to pick with you!
All right, boys, let's rattle them.
He unspoiled the image. Rattle him, boys!
Yeah. They freeze the mummies.
He-Man!
No, they're immune to it. What the hell? Here.
Hey man, they're bosses. They're meant to be unfair.
Yeah, but you could.
Man.
Oh!
Clutch!
Yeah,
Clutch!
let's go!
Let's go!
Hey.
Hey. I think is it. Are you gonna create it here?
Let me get a game over. Because I only have one life, and then I forget. This one is this one's the Frank. I was about to say I think the next level is death.
Wait, how many stages are there?
Like 6 or so. It says stage 10, but each time you enter like a door transition, it counts as a separate stage for some reason. For this bat.
Yeah, it's just like different screens or whatever.
Alright, fine. I guess I'll start with a handicap.
Different screens. Every screen is a different board or stage or whatever,
Excuse me. This will start with a handicap of taking some damage. Nothing really I can do there besides... I mean, I could have gotten rid of all 3 of my lives again to get a fresh set of lives and a health bar, but... Do that.
There's definitely like a certain mood to calling to like reading like old video game magazines and having like them refer to stages as like boards.
Really? Honestly,
There's, like,
that's one thing.
super
Like, it's like a pet peeve of mine, even though it's a more common thing to say these days. It's like I hate the term maps when used to refer to levels. It's just like can we just call them levels? What was so wrong about that? You know? I mean, I never called Sonic. Like I mean, sometimes I call it zones.
Yeah. Cheers, biggies.
Oh my God, oatmeal bites. Thank you.
Anyways,
Isaacs.
Yes, a
So-
lot of Bible thumps.
So anyways, like I was saying, I'm a sophisticated individual, so I call them stages.
I mean, I call them stages too. Like I rotate that. I mean, when I'm playing Sonic, sometimes I call it zone.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but I never
That's
call it
just a
act.
term.
Well, sometimes I call it act. But I don't know. Anyway, that's just from playing Sonic.
Well, I mean, when you're
Let's go. We're playing Castlevania.
Well, I mean, when you're playing Sonic, it is literally part of the terminology zones.
Yeah. Oh shit. I jumped.
Oh shit. Are they just dropping Igors down on you?
Yeah. I hate these guys, but oh, I think I got it.
Yeah. Cheers,
Ayo,
biggies.
40 bits!
Go. Let's go.
Bobby Bats with the 40
Bats.
bits!
Let's go. Thank you guys for the cheers.
Let's
Appreciate it.
go!
So, did you guys see my new cheer alert?
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's Unity,
Yeah,
right?
I don't
Yeah,
think
but
you
you-
realized you did it, Proto, but the last time you were in this
Cheers,
screen,
biggies.
before it crashed, you played the like this entire screen 100% flawlessly.
Oh yeah, I did. I know I can do
It
that
was like-
sometimes with the help
yeah.
of holy water. It's not too hard, but
Yeah, it was like perfect.
oh my God,
I
thank you
was
guys for
very
the cheers.
impressed, and then it crashed.
yeah, yeah. Visitor, if you're just joining the stream, I got to this level initially, and I died a few times, but then I made this really good run where I was like, you know, doing good, and I even got like a triple shot of holy water to use, and then I walked through the door, and then the game crashed. So I had to restart the whole game. So they didn't make a save state.
Yeah. Cheers,
Can we
biggies.
get some
Oh my
Bible-
God.
Oh God, the bits just keep coming!
The key's coming. Oh my God, overflowing.
And they don't stop coming, and they don't
They don't
stop
stop
coming,
coming.
and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
No. This game's hard, man. I appreciate the cheers, but you can only do so much and the game hates
If
me.
you can execute perfectly once, you can do it again.
Yeah, I just need
proper next
just need
time,
holy
I
water.
swear.
Babby Bats, thank you for following.
Bobby Bats.
Oh my God, I'm just getting overwhelmed by the hunchbacks here.
All right, now I just gotta. All right, there's.
I think I got it. I thought I did. I lost it. Ah! It's kind of it is really punishing when they take away your sub weapon and all your hearts that you got when you die.
Hey man, you just gotta. Hey man, you just gotta keep on going.
Rip. Yep.
Rip.
Thankfully, there's infinite continues. Oh wait, invincibility! Yay! I feel like that never shows up as much when I play, but getting lucky.
I think it's like a 60%
It's a-
of the time when you get it.
It's a drop rate, yeah.
It's also just like useless. It's like almost always useless.
Yeah.
What good is it gonna do you when you're just gonna fall into a bottomless pit anyways?
Also, I don't have the full whip upgrade too, so like
Well, it's like lasts such a short amount of time that like 50% of the time when you get it, you're not even going to be near
this
an
guy.
enemy for the period of the invincibility where you can actually like use the
Snake.
invincibility. You know.
Snake. Oh my gosh, just like the badge of it. Alright, game over. That's okay. We just start back at the beginning of the level. It wasn't that far back. We're good.
Wait, you actually knew what I was referencing there?
Yes, dude.
Oh
I'm
my
an
God.
internet junkie. I know old internet videos.
I don't know, man. I just saw that like in a YouTube video like the other day, and that just like unlocked some
Ah,
memories.
that's bullshit. Okay.
Hey man, get ready to say that a lot with Castlevania.
I'm already saying it a lot. Sometimes you get a bit like overwhelmed and stuff like that. When you take a step back and take a deep breath and like realize what's coming and then prepare for it, it's a bit easier to do. Like I was predicting where those bats were gonna go and stopping them before they got to me. But I'm like
You know
I'm
what's
kind of
weird?
like being too reckless.
You ever had those moments where you're like stuck at a certain part of the game, and then you're like, screw this, and then you go to bed for the night, and you come back the next day, and you just do it.
Oh yeah, I've
on
had
the
plenty of
first
those.
try.
Those are like mini games I couldn't beat in like certain games.
I had a very weird experience playing. I don't know if you've ever played it, but Super Hexagon.
Super Hexagon. Oh my god, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's a game where you're like a little triangle rotating around a giant hexagon that spins, and the whole screen spins, and you just have to.
I think I've heard of the. I think I heard the music of that game.
Yeah, it's got very good music. But I had an experience that's very similar to what you're describing with that, where every time I would play it like some before I go to bed, and then I'd be like, all right, time to get up and like try to do Super Hexagon, and then like one day I was just like so unbelievably good that it was like it's like the game was rewiring my brain or something. It's very weird. But I think that anything you do like every day for a while will do that to you. So. Great game. Very hard, but very fun. Short.
What
too.
system was that on?
Everything.
Is that just PC?
Mobile PC mostly.
Ah, I see.
Back here again.
Naruhodo. All right, you gotta take out that snake.
Here we go. I did it. Hey.
Woo!
No, I can get. I know.
Yeah,
I want to break a bunch of the candles in here, but not one because it gives me the dagger, and I don't want the dagger.
I was thinking of VVV when I said everything.
Oh, VVV. That's a good 3DS game.
That game is on everything. Everything. You get it on Switch even. I wish that Super Hexagon would get more ports because it's a short game, but like it's a very like the experience of it. The experience of Super Hexagon is unique. Nothing else is quite like it.
Hey, pot roast.
So what do those numbers do again? Like the
numbers? You can shoot 2 holy waters at once. You can upgrade it to 3. Or whatever sub-weapon you have. I'm gonna help out for this guy right here. Holy water is one of the best sub-weapons in the game, or almost the best sub-weapon in the game. I got a 3-shot. Oh my god, going into stage 5 like that, that's gonna be good.
Alright.
Almost want to make a save state, but...
Nah, we're not doing save states in the middle of stages.
No.
Just burn them. This almost feels like cheating.
A little bit.
Do you have to crouch down every time?
Dude, I mean, come on, it's right there. The teabag.
Oh my god. I do it all the time in I do it in any game that lets me crouch, okay?
Yeah. Alright, going into stage, well, it's technically stage 13, I guess. This is probably the hardest stage of the game besides the last death at the end.
This stage, man. It's been years since I saw this. I've played Castlevania a few times since I beat it back in the day, but like I don't think I usually even get to this stage most of the times I've played it. So
I'm already gonna lose this. Yep. I already lost it. Oh well, rip. I do have a save state from back at the last level, so if I want to go back there, I can. Okay. Now that the enemies start doing ridiculous amounts of damage to you, and it's just kind of like...
Yeah, this is
to the point where you're gonna take maybe like 4 hits.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
This music is so good. Oh my god, every single song in this game is good. Did this song get in Smash Bros? I don't think it did. It might have been. They might have used the leitmotif in one of the remixes, but like I don't think it was actually remixed in the Smash Bros. It's really good. I walk right into the fire. That's what I love about the holy water. So I wish holy water did that for real. It's like you just throw it on the ground and just bursts.
You're telling me that's not how it works?
Yeah, you think it'd be cool? Oh shoot! I forgot the skeletons come back to life. At least the level starts you off with holy water, but you have to do your best to keep it all the way through. If you want to have a better chance with the Grim Reaper. I gotta pray to God I don't pick up a dagger or something. Or die halfway through the stage, but I probably will die. Case in point, right now. Take it down. Oh.
Anyways.
Alright.
Wait, so what song were you saying?
This one, I forget what it's called.
Yeah, let me listen to it.
You should know it.
I can't. Listen to it on your screen.
Are you turned off my screen share or is it not playing?
It's not playing the audio through your screen share. Hang on, I'll listen through your stream.
These armor knights are so annoying and except when you push them off screen. But there's like 3 of them in a row in like the final hallway up death. So prepare for that.
Oh, I know what this is. This is what was this one? It's mixed with Don't Wait Until Night from Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay.
Haunted
okay.
Castle. It's
The Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Castle. It's the arcade game.
Yeah, the arcade game.
I think it's mixed with Don't Wait Until Night from Aria of Sorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was it? Heart of Fire.
I think that's what it is. Damn it. Oh god, of course it starts me off here.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is Heart of Fire.
Yeah.
Basically, it got mixed, for Aria of Sorrow, it got remixed with, Don't Wait Until Night from Haunted Castle.
Yes.
And it is now the best Belmont's theme.
Which one is that?
Julius Belmont.
Oh, is he like the fan favorite?
He's one of the fan favorites.
I mean, Simon and Richter are like obviously the top tier.
I'd say Julius is like top 3 Belmonts for the fans. Hang on, let me see. Check something.
I don't think there's any holy water drop for the rest of the stage, which is lucky. I don't know how to put it. That's the bad way to put it, but it's terrible. That's what it is. Axe is okay, I guess.
I'm back.
Back.
All right,
Oh,
welcome
God.
back.
Yeah. You know what games in the Castlevania series that are rarely ever talked about is Castlevania Bloodlines.
Yeah, that's like a Genesis one.
Yeah, isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Genesis one with.
I mean, it looks good overall. It's just obviously like it's just kind of like weird because it was like one of the few Castlevania games that was like on a different console at the time.
Definitely a weird one.
It does a lot of weird things. I think one
It
of
still
those...
plays fine from what it looks like.
Same story with Contra Hardcore.
Yeah, Contra Hardcore. Even though that game's just hard as hell. Like what?
What's really
what
weird
game?
is they made the US version even harder for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was a thing, but like for some reason they just made games harder for the US. Well, for most things.
Most of the time.
Yeah, for Mega Man 2, they just made it easier.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Here's the final hallway leading up to death, and it's like probably one of the hardest areas in the game.
Isn't this the one that the AVGN like?
AVGN and Johnny talk about it.
Ooh, haunted house.
Ooh, haunted house, yeah.
The names of these Castlevania songs sounds like Brew Haunted House.
Splinters my ass and shredders my balls.
What the fuck?
An absolute classic.
Sorry, I know that's Ninja Turtles and not Castlevania, but that I don't know why that quotes. I can't remember if it's stuff from Castlevania, so.
All I'll ever remember from like Castlevania related things is Boo Haunted House. And that's not even Castlevania, that was from like the Friday the 13th video or something.
Yeah.
I think the one AVGN joke that always sticks with me is the holy shit, it's Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that one's really good. Yeah, that one's really good too.
It's
No.
Bugs motherfucking Bunny. He just punches him.
Is it any when the one point where he's like where Bugs is like, ain't I a stinker, and AVGN is like, ain't you a goddamn piece of shit or something. Like that one was really funny.
It's just stupid, but like in a fun way.
I don't know. Something like there's just something about old AVGN that just makes it timeless.
Yeah, it's very good. I grew up in that era of those videos.
So did I.
Yeah. But
For
like,
me, the most memorable video is definitely the Super Mario Brothers 3 is possessed by Satan video.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah,
yes!
definitely. That one is very good. Because he couldn't find anything really bad to say about it. He had to like do something to make it more
crazy.
interesting.
I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of the board game stuff, but it was really good.
I've seen a bit of it.
All of it. Yeah, it was
a good little.
It's like really short, so if you ever want to like go back and watch it, definitely do. It's very, like you won't be disappointed no matter what.
I'm really jealous of him because he has like a whole like makeshift video rental store. Oh, I jumped right into that act. It was like jumping into a parked car. Anyway, but yeah, I'm jealous of his whole retro video store setup because it's like, man, I wish I could have that.
Yeah. Another thing, like I wish we could have seen more James and Mike styled video, like James and Mike Mondays styled videos, you know, where it's just James, not the AVGN, but James himself.
Yeah, and Mike. But I think they moved on a bit from that because of COVID. But
yeah, but I just want to see like James, not the AVGN himself, but like
he does a lot of stuff that's just himself. Like he does he does a bunch of stuff with movies.
Admittedly, I've like fallen off of watching all of his content basically completely.
It's still good.
It's more just, it's not that it's bad. It's just, you know, I've been there, done that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, at least it didn't turn out like the NC.
Yeah. Well, you should, if you really want to see more of James, you should watch. He did this one video recently where he went to Wyoming to see the place where they filmed Rocky IV. And tried to pinpoint the locations exactly where some of the scenes were filmed. And it was like really cool. He's trying to figure out that one mountain that Rocky climbed in Rocky IV to train for his fight against Drago.
His best life.
Yeah.
Hey man.
What a king.
Yeah. Hey man. He's an adult with an actual.
Got kids. He's got a family.
Hey man. Yeah. He's living it up, man. He's living it up. And like, I think the best part about James is that you can't really say he's done anything too controversial.
I think he really has.
Yeah, like, at worst, you could say that maybe his content hasn't been all that great since...
that's just subjective, honestly.
Yeah.
Even if you think, even the person saying that thinks it's, you know, subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, just like I don't know. It's just I just don't watch that style of videos anymore. Like
Yeah. It was from a different
necessarily a him thing. It's more of a me thing, you know.
It was a different era back then, you know. Everyone wanted to be the
God,
cynical,
I'm
angry.
rocking a hard place here.
Like every time I've gone back and watched like a random AVGN video, because like I still am subbed and you know it still shows up in my box. It's just I don't like. I'm like way less. Yeah, I don't watch YouTube as much as I used to. Like lately, I've been watching mostly like anime, and I've been playing video games because that's what I like to do is play them, like play video games. So,
I mean,
watching videos about video games is just it's a rabbit hole, right?
I think it's nice background noise, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Proto, but I do sometimes put your streams on in the background when I'm doing other things.
Well, that's fine. I mean, hey, at least somebody's listening, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm glad for everybody who comes by, even like you know.
Hey man,
I'm glad to have everybody here tonight.
Hey man,
everybody watching in chat and stuff.
Hey man, I'm Blue Hunter. I'm not everyone's friend, but like, don't
put yourself down like that. But like, yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm here for my friends.
Need sub weapon.
Anyways,
I'm the guy that appears randomly and then disappears for weeks at a time.
You're good.
The great Mario Sunshine debate.
Hey, I beat that game pretty soundly. 100%.
Hey, man,
I knew what I was doing.
Going back to it, it's not that bad, but like, man, if I don't prefer 64.
It's fine, yeah. It's like I prefer Sunshine over 64, but yeah, definitely they both have their ups and downs.
I admit it's mostly me being a nostalgia baby. Because Mario 64 was one of the first games I ever played. So I have some emotional attachment there.
Yeah.
My emotional attachment to Mario 64 is entirely threaded through the lens of the Nintendo DS port.
Oh yeah, I kind of prefer that version, not from the control, but just content-wise.
Hey, it's got great content. It obviously looks better because, newer hardware.
Someone needs to just like fork Render 96 and like make a port of the DS content for it or something.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that really hasn't been done yet.
Yeah,
the amount of hacks that are around.
Yeah, someone should. I'm surprised. Has anyone done it really? Like,
I mean, obviously they put Luigi in the game at this. Like, that's not a hard thing to do.
Pretty sure you could put in Wario too.
I think what somebody needs to do.
I think Yoshi would probably be the hardest one to put in.
I think what needs to happen is somebody.
Even though Yoshi does have a model.
Somebody needs to like go over the content of the DS version with like a fine-tooth comb and like comb out the bad parts, because there is like, it's not that there's anything in the DS version that's like terrible, it's just that there's like changes to general design design stuff that like makes the experience just flat out worse. Like for example, locking like specific cat powers behind certain characters is really dumb. You should just be able to play as whoever you want and be able to do whatever you want. Sometimes
you can technically bypass that with Yoshi, but
well, yeah, but
you can't freeze death.
That's like a weird thing too, right? Like Yoshi is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick up this Mario cap, and now Yoshi equals Mario. Like that's just weird. There's a lot of like questionable things in it for sure. So, I don't know, that's one of those things where I feel like somebody should go through the content with like a fine-tooth comb and like adapt it for classic Mario 64, rather than just like directly porting it or whatever. I feel like it would make more sense to be like, oh yeah, well we'll put the levels in, but like we'll kind of like undo some of those bad changes and just like make it so you can kind of just play as whoever you want to play as, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, I said Yoshi probably be hard to put in, but like, I mean, he would be hard to like model in because he already has a model in game. But actually making his like properties work would probably be a different story.
And then of course Mario Galaxy is Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Speaking of, why didn't they include? I'm still mad that they never included Galaxy 2 on the.
I think everyone's still hung up about that.
Joke's on them. I just played the game on Dolphin.
How do you play Wii games on Dolphin? How does that work without the Wiimote?
Oh,
how can you make it work? How do you get?
You just
How do you
use-
connect it? How do you connect a Wiimote? But I know these things.
So you go on Amazon and you look up CSR Bluetooth adapter. They're like $8,
Okay.
and it's literally like a tiny little USB Bluetooth radio.
But is it a Bluetooth
And-
that specifically works with the Wii remotes?
Yeah, it works great with the remotes actually.
Can any Bluetooth work with Wii remotes? I'm confused.
It depends on things, but I usually just recommend buying the cheap ones off of Amazon because they tend to work fine. And you really only thing is that's like they're also like $8, so like it's like an $8 Wii remote adapter basically at that point. And then you just like set up Dolphin with like the Wii remote pass. So you have to like there's like a driver you have to install. I think it's like Win USB something or other, and it makes the Bluetooth adapter, instead of acting like a Bluetooth adapter, it just like lets Dolphin take full control over the adapter and treat it as if it's a Wii remote Bluetooth radio, essentially.
Okay. What about like the sensor bar and stuff? How does that work?
You can also on Amazon just buy a battery powered sensor bar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap too. It's like $8. So we're talking like $16 maybe total for the stuff needed to use Dolphin. Wii remotes with it at least.
I want to get like a better graphics card and processor before I do Wii games though, probably.
Yeah. I mean,
I can run stuff on Dolphin.
Dolphin runs on anything.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like I don't know. I just worried about like overdoing it with Dolphin stuff. It's like I'm unsure what the limit of what I can run is, and then like
hey Proto.
Yeah.
We should do one of the GameCube Mario Party games.
Yeah, I mean we could do that. I can hook that up too. We also have Superstars as well. That's an option.
Yeah, but I don't have Superstars.
Neither.
Why not?
Because
I mean, I guess why not?
Yeah, I mean,
It
doesn't seem like the kind of game that
Well, I honestly, at this point, I'm kind of disappointed in the game for not having DLC because it should have, because 5 boards really isn't enough. Even though they're still fun to play on.
But like, yeah. Oh, hey, wait, we're getting the Mario Party games for N64 on the.
We are, so that is going to help that, I guess.
So I mean,
I'd be down to sit down and do a Mario Party run with you guys.
Yeah.
Mario Party 3.
Something
Well,
like that. Yeah.
Well, we have to wait for Mario Party 3 to come because we'll get the first 2 first.
Oh my god! So does that mean we got the DS mini games from the first
Nintendo Drift feed.
Oh yeah, we have to suffer through the Control 6 spinning mini games, and luckily for me, I have the Nintendo Switch N64 controller, so I can live out the.
You can get the true experience.
Patent pending Nintendo Drip feed. Why do they always have to do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's so annoying.
It is really annoying.
But hey,
Jumped right into that.
But hey,
at least we got GoldenEye. Actually, GoldenEye on this is an accomplishment. I think major accomplishment.
Isn't that game like a nightmare to get the license for and stuff?
I mean, I would assume anything with the James Bond. Difficult, some way.
I'm hoping Nintendo finally sorted it out so that this won't be an issue too much going forward, but you never really know with that sort of stuff. And
I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like the PC version or the Xbox version of GoldenEye, the one they're re-releasing, only have local play, and like the Wii, the Switch version's gonna have online, which is kind of weird, but I doubt they do that.
Okay, from what I've heard, you are correct. That is from what I've heard.
It seems so ass awkward.
Well, you know.
But I think I should be thankful, honestly, that the Switch version has online.
I still think Microsoft should just put Rare Replay on Switch, like just flat out.
Yeah,
like, they should just do that. There's no reason not to.
At least the game, at least the games that were from the N64.
Yeah,
I just think they should put the whole thing on there. There's no reason not to. It'll sell like crazy, and it's exactly like Nintendo fans love Rare stuff. So like,
also, I'm surprised on the N64 updates we didn't get Donkey Kong 64 because that was on the Wii U Virtual Console.
I will probably get it eventually.
Yeah.
I really don't know, like,
I don't like Donkey Kong 64.
I know a lot of people don't, but it's still a game that exists and has.
But we'll probably get it eventually.
I think it's playable in some form. It's just like when you try to do everything.
God. Johnny is really delaying that DK64 review, huh?
He's gonna weigh into it. I'm sure he will.
Oh god. If he had complaints about,
I remember when people used to like
collecting
that game.
Donkey Kong 64. Trying to play it for any amount for the amount necessary to actually complete it is pain and suffering. But if you're just like playing it casually, like a little bit here and there once in a while, or just like, oh, it's like a game I'll pick up for 2 hours and play for a stream or something, it's different, right?
Yeah.
But like, because like then it's like, oh, well, you know, this is just a video. This is just like a 3D platformer on the N64. Okay, great, whatever. But like, the moment you actually like start to really critically analyze what you have to actually do in the game is the moment you realize, oh, this is terrible.
It's monotonous.
But yeah, it's just suffering, basically, like a lot of it for no real reason.
That's I think it's more the player subjecting themselves to do that. It's not the game. I mean, I guess the game sort of nudges you in the way to do that. So, of course, it's first step into Medusa head.
The only real thing people remember DK64 for is you already know.
Hey, Rap. I mean,
DK.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Have you guys ever played Donkey Konga?
Oh
no.
my god. I've heard of it. I actually know a streamer who like plays a lot of games with those little bongos.
The bongos, yeah.
Dude, I have 2 sets of Donkey Konga bongos in my room.
I'd like to own them. I'd like to own them for novelty's sake.
That streamer, they like actually went through the entirety of Bloodborne with those Congo controllers.
Yeah, the DK bongos are surprisingly usable not in things that are Donkey Konga.
I wanna own them for novelty's sake. But they because they look really cool. But I remember
the game. I'll be real with you. The game is just like Taiko no Tatsujin, but like not anywhere near as good.
Right. And also, it's funny to me that we only got Donkey Konga 1 and 2, and there was a Japanese got Donkey Konga 3, and that one had anime opening themes in it, and I thought that was hilarious.
Almost all of the different regional variants of Donkey Konga are basically all just like different set lists completely. So like you could like if you're a big Donkey Konga fan, probably like the way someone would go is they would just get every regional variant and play all of them.
Yeah. I do think it's really funny that I think it was either Donkey Konga 1 or 2. But they got the Pokemon theme song, like the original Pokemon theme song in it.
Yeah, the first one.
Wait, the American or JP?
The American, like I want to be the very best, like the one.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
They have like really weird songs on those.
Yeah, but like all the Japanese versions are basically they just have a lot of anime openings, which is really funny too.
But yeah, as far as gameplay goes, it's basically just like Taiko no Tatsujin, but like not as good.
The Taiko drum,
basically. Yeah. So
I don't want to pick you up.
If you've played Taiko no Tatsujin and you want to know what Donkey Konga is like, it's basically just the same thing, you know?
Sorry, I picked up the axe.
How long have we been stuck on this stage?
Too long.
It's probably been about like 25 minutes.
Jeez Louise. This really is the
I may not finish it in one sitting, but I'm gonna try.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna head out for now because like I'm getting tired and I got work tomorrow.
I mean, I got that too, but I can stay up a little later than I.
Yeah. I gotta be up by 6.
Yeah, you gotta go to bed then.
Yeah, I gotta go now. So I'll probably be playing some horror games on my channel.
All right, well, definitely plug yourself.
After I'm done with right now I'm going through Live Alive. I'm right at the very end, so if you want to experience that game for yourself, avoid my streams for now.
Yeah, that's the one part of wanting to like show off those games like that. Is like, I want you to play these games, but please don't look at what I'm playing right now because it's spoilers.
In my last stream I had to put like a giant massive spoiler warning in the title, and I'm surprised Square Enix hasn't come to claim my butt yet.
Yeah.
Square Enix is really stingy.
They can be bad sometimes.
Yeah.
People don't want to admit that.
You know, earlier I mentioned watching My Dress Up Darling, and I didn't realize it, but apparently Square Enix also publishes manga and anime.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Because that's one of them. I did not know that.
like I was at the bookstore and I was looking through the manga and I was like, oh, My Dress Up Darling. Then I looked on the back and I saw published by Square Enix.
I mean,
it was just surprising.
I mean, Sega does all the stuff for Hatsune Miku.
I think they mostly just handle her games.
Sure. But they had some sort of hand in them.
Yeah.
I don't know if Vocaloid is a Sega property or not.
I think they just handle like making the rhythm games, like the Project Diva games.
Yeah, I guess so.
Surprisingly, Sega has a surprisingly strong arcade market, huh? In Japan.
Well, they've always been the arcade.
What was that one game? You could play it in Yakuza. It was like the driving game. You're going down like
Outrun?
Yeah, Outrun. Yeah, that was always a big one.
I remember seeing one.
By the way, yes, you can play that in Yakuza.
You can also play Sonic the Fighters now in Lost Judgment, which I think is pretty funny. I don't know, is that the Xbox Live PSN version they put in that game? I don't know if anybody knows. That version adds a little bit of extra content, like Honey the Cat, and you can play as Eggman and Metal Sonic. But they're both really broken because they still have their boss. They have still their boss properties.
I wish they would like they really should like make another re-release of that at some point.
They should.
I would pay like $8 on like the Nintendo eShop for that.
If it does get re-released, Sonic the Fighters, I bet you it'll get a spot at EVO.
It's the real EVO.
I mean, Sonic the Fighters is really just what? It was like a port of like Fighting Vipers or something that they just reskinned.
It's one of the it runs off the same engine as one of their other 3D fighters.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember that one Sega fighter that had the freaking Daytona car as a character.
I think that was Virtua Fighter.
No.
One of them.
Was it Virtua Fighter?
It's Virtua Fighter or Fighting Vipers or something. Sonic and Tails are in the code for Fighting Vipers 2, I think, and you can access them. Pretty much there's Sonic the Fighters model. You can like see Tails like punch somebody through like a steel cage or something.
Very silly. Okay. I approve.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna head off now. I'm Blue Hunter Zero. Next week I should be playing some spooky, scary horror games.
Okay.
So if you want to hear me scream like a little girl, definitely stop by.
All right. You take care, man. All right.
Yeah. All right. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Have fun, and I will see you all later. Bye.
All right, bye.
See you.
Their goddamn game over. This is probably the hardest level for me.
Yeah, same.
And then Dracula's probably the hardest boss.
Yeah, this level is rough. This is like probably like when I played it originally, like the thing I spent the longest time on, no, without a doubt. This stage is rough. Especially the boss.
And I got to death. Like, no problem. I wish the stopwatch worked on him, but... Oh, my nose is stuffed up. Ugh. I have a lot of lingering effects from being sick. Like I said, my ear... it's hard for me to hear. Sometimes because my ears still stuffed up from the infection.
Ear infections are no joke, man.
No, they are not.
Yeah, when I was younger, I got like vertigo from
yeah, you can get
infection.
You can get vertigo pretty easily from that.
It's pretty bad.
Yes.
That's like one of the worst things I've ever experienced.
That's the one thing I really hope I don't get. Because I know when my uncle had it once, and he was out of commission for like, he had it really bad, where he's like out of commission for like 6 months.
Ah, Jesus. That's even worse than when I had it for like 2 weeks once. It was pretty bad. Nothing like being permanently dizzy and dry heaving, you know?
Right. Like, even the slightest movement is like... hot.
The way I best describe it is you know how like if you're on an office chair and you like spin yourself around while looking at the ceiling? And then you stand up and you're like, your whole body is just like you can still feel that spitting even though you're not
Oh,
actually spitting.
yeah, that sounds bad.
That's what it's like.
That
That's
makes my head
exactly what
hurt
it's
just
like.
thinking about it.
Yeah, except it just doesn't stop. Like, you know, like usually like it's slow, like after you've spun yourself a bunch, you're like, it slowly slows down and eventually things stabilize. Yeah, it's like that, but without the stabilizing part.
I got a lucky invincibility there, because that guy was camping me from the top of this. I got a lucky invincibility, thankfully. Things are turning around, I think.
Looking pretty good.
It's not fun playing this game, even though I'm dying a lot. Just try
Anyway,
really.
what I'm playing, what the anime I'm watching now is, well, I was watching Princess Connect Redive, which is the anime adaptation of the mobile game, I guess.
Okay.
I
think it sounds familiar.
played. Yeah, I haven't played the mobile game, and I saw a video of it on YouTube, and I was like, this looks boring. So, probably not going to, but the anime seems okay. Main character is a little brain dead though. He's like his friend, what was it, Kokoro, I think, hands him a coin to pay for something, and he tries to eat the coin. Like he's actually that brain dead. It's like wow.
Like Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie or something. I'm a woodpecker.
Well, I don't know. I feel like he's just eventually he gets a little less brain dead, but like it's just like I don't know.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oof. Yeah. Other than that, I'm in the middle of season 2 of it, which is all there is. So I don't know. I'll probably finish it, but it's like, you know, it's only been kind of okay. I've been watching lots of anime lately with the whole sick thing. So
yeah, actually I wanted to rewatch Cowboy Bebop again. Come on. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to watch Cowboy Bebop again. It's been a while. A really good show. I don't know if you probably have seen it.
I've seen bits and pieces of it before. I've never actually sat down and watched the whole thing though.
Oh, Max again. Ugh. You said you never watched the whole thing?
I've never sat down and watched the show, but I've seen like bits and pieces of it from it aired on like Adult Swim, right? So.
Oh yeah, it was definitely on Adult Swim. I didn't watch it then. I actually bought it on iTunes time ago. Watched it on there.
I would probably
had an
watch
iPad
on a me and my buddy's Plex server if I was gonna watch it, but I just haven't, you know. My general genre preference is more like slice of life,
yeah.
Yeah. Romantic comedy, stuff like that. They're just cute. I like cute characters, and I like anime with lots of cute characters. So, you know.
I don't really have a preference when it comes to anime because I
haven't watched enough of them yet, that's all.
There's a bunch of them.
You just haven't watched enough of them yet to form.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's all. I get it. A lot of people are like that. For me, it's like I didn't used to be like a full-time weeb or whatever, but at some point I just like, at some point I just was like, I like Dragon Maid, and then I watched it, and I was like, this is amazing. I need to watch more anime like this, and I just started watching more anime, and that's like what I did. And so that's kind of how I came to realize that my favorite genres are cute girl anime, as long as they're not like depressing, because sometimes there are depressing cute girl anime. Which,
yeah, like Madoka Magica.
Yeah, like that one. So that's a good example. That was exactly.
I've never seen that one, but I know where it goes, and I'm like, oh.
Yes, I love watching cute girls deal with existential dread.
Yeah. Look at this cute cat. Well, sure, it does nothing to harm people.
Mm. But yeah, that's that one's on my probably never gonna watch list. But yeah. not really. It is on the Plex server. I guess I could watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up watching, like, as far as anime, like, I grew up watching, obviously, Dragon Ball. Like, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can really say that, yeah.
My favorite of the three series is, of the three classic series is definitely, the original Dragon Ball with, like, you know, like, the tournament arcs and all that.
Yeah,
like, cute.
The original.
Like, that show was just so good. Like,
yeah. It's hard to, sometimes it's hard to, like, realize that, like, those have to share the same continuity. You know?
it just feels like a totally different show. I think
I mean,
favorite
obviously,
arc is
and it kind of is to an extent, but
yeah, like the Red Ribbon arc was like my favorite one. I think. Just the classic, just like kid destroys a whole army, you know.
yeah.
Whatever. It's just funny, you know.
And it's kind of weird how Piccolo kind of became like the Knuckles of the show, even though it was like kind of like before that, even that dynamic. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Dragon Ball sure is an interesting case.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I compare Dragon Ball to like Sonic, but like it's kind of Sonic mostly has a lot of influence from Dragon Ball with its characters and designs and stuff. Even intentional or not.
Interesting. What's interesting to me is how timeless the character designs of Dragon Ball are.
They are. Although I know a lot of people get on me for this, but you know, Akira Toriyama is a legendary artist, stuff like that. I just think a lot of his character designs blend together at some times.
Oh, they're very samey.
Especially with Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball characters.
Yeah, like his style
I know it's just his style, but it's just like
it's like his eye shapes is like the biggest.
It's
thing.
just his eye.
Like
It's just his trademark. Yeah.
It's like dead giveaway that it's you know.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that's just why I can't really get into it. Where it's like, I know a lot of artists have their own styles and stuff like that, but his is so apparent compared to a lot of other people.
At least it manages to
yeah.
be consistent, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even in like modern like Dragon Ball Super or whatever, it still looks like Toriyama art. So I mean,
Yeah, I
at
mean
least it's
even like
consistent
future
thematically.
Dragon Quest games, they still look like every other Dragon Quest game. Just not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that's why I can't really. It's not why I can't get into it. It's just kind of like I don't. I guess I don't. I don't really
gotten into
appreciate the
Dragon
designs
Quest
like everybody
games.
else does. I guess.
Yeah, I've never gotten into the Dragon Quest games, and I'm a Dragon Ball fan. So I mean, there you go. So like I just couldn't. I can't get into.
I lost the holy water again. Why do I keep doing that?
You gotta not break that one candle.
I gotta remember not to. I just get in the habit of doing it. Like, oh, what's in this one?
It's a candle. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break it. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, usually the
Speaking of, you know what? I'm sorry. I know you're probably gonna go off on some, but I wanted to say real quick on the topic of Castlevania. Speaking of anime designers working on other games, it was really weird for Castlevania Judgment. If you know that game, do you know that game actually?
I've heard the name of the game. I actually don't remember what the platform or.
It's a Wii game, but it's like it's pretty much the 3D Castlevania fighting game. But all the characters all the character designs are done by the Death Note artists. Everybody looks like freaking Death Note characters.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, and like Simon in that game looks like just buff Light Yagami.
Yeah, I think that's like the for the record, I have come to the conclusion that my favorite of the Xenoblade games is still 2.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of it actually has to do with the like massive variety of character designs.
And some people say it's a detriment, but I think you can find.
Actually think it's.
You can find a lot of good in that too. I think it works both ways.
I just think it's delightful, like how wide the net they cast for like
Yeah.
character designs is. You know.
Yeah.
Like some people, like for example, I know people like to complain about Dahlia a lot, but like I think that the fact that there's a character like that is a good thing, actually.
Mhm.
Wide variety of character design styles is because you know you have like Dahlia, who's like obviously like ridiculously proportioned, but then you also have characters like Ursula, who is like you know, just a cute girl, and she's got like a bear friend. Like there's just like a whole bunch
Bear
of
is hype.
variety. Yeah, like there's just variety, and I think that variety is like really nice.
Mhm.
The
These
heroes
skeletons
in
are
Xenoblade
really
3, for example. Yeah, the heroes in Xenoblade 3 feel cohesive, sure,
Yeah.
but there's a lack of wide swaths of different appeals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that,
Like
but there's
with,
also really good characters and have really neat designs either way.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I just mean that like, I feel like it's like
Bruh.
the critique.
What is going on? It crashed again.
It crashed in a weird way too.
Yeah.
Look at your menu screen at the top. It's like all
Yeah,
shifted to the left.
that's definitely, it feels like a glitch from the actual game. Alright, I'm back a stage, but hopefully go for like a little while longer, probably till midnight at least, but
Well, I ain't got any plans, so I'm down to hang out with you.
alright, that's
until you're
fine.
done,
I
probably.
welcome that. Anyway.
The only plans I had were if my friend wanted to play Satisfactory, maybe we'd do that, but he has not yet been in the mood for building factories as a video game, so he's been like busy with like, I think he's been trying to do memory overclocking stuff.
Oh, I
on
see.
his computer, so he's like trying to figure all that out. I'm like, all right, well, good luck.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and go. I think I'm gonna go to 12 and then I'm gonna end there. Anyway, speaking of computer stuff, I was at work today, and today was the launch of the 4000 series cards.
Was that stressful?
A little bit. We had a pretty decent line outside this morning. We opened early because of it, and yeah, there's people waiting. And it was like it was weird. It was a weird juxtaposition because a couple weeks ago we had the AMD Ryzen whatever new series that launched.
The new, what is it, Ryzen, the Ryzen series, is that Zen 5 or whatever it is?
Something like that. The new gen, the 9th gen or 13th gen actually, I think.
Something like that. The newest AMD, right? Like with it's got like the new socket type and everything, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And everybody's talking about how the CPUs cook themselves because they're really, really, really hot. Big fancy. I do pay attention to the PC hardware space.
I did that perfectly again, by the way.
Good job. Yeah, I am a fan of the Gamers Nexus YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep an eye on all this stuff, even though I can't afford any of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like that's the problem.
Like,
yeah. So was the weird juxtaposition of that is when that launched, we barely had anyway. Like I think we had 13 people at most, and that was spread out pretty evenly. You know, today they were lined up outside the door, like it was a freaking midnight launch. You know.
Yeah, good old Nvidia and their fanboys.
Yeah. There's some really weird. Actually, I thought Nvidia wasn't producing the cards.
No, they are. No, they are. They have a founders edition.
There was some split somewhere with one of the producers. I forget what it was.
There's like founders. Well, there was like a thing with EVGA.
I think it was EVGA. Yeah.
Yeah, EVGA dropped Nvidia as a partner because so they're not making graphics cards anymore. EVGA graphics cards are over. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what it was. So.
And that really sucks, by the way, because EVGA is actually probably one of the best like GPU board partners that was around.
Right.
So people are really, really disappointed by that, and I mean, it's Nvidia's fault, really. Nvidia's the one who's like competing with their own partners. Like, why are they doing that?
Right.
They shouldn't. Like, for the longest time, if you wanted a graphics card, you'd have like a multiple manufacturers you could go to, right? Like, you'd be like, oh, well, I could get EVGA, I could get MSI, I could get Gigabyte, I could get ROG, right? There's like a whole bunch of different ones.
Yeah.
So like the idea that now Nvidia is like, well, we're going to undercut all of our competition because we can produce the GPU and boards ourselves and not have to have the overhead of needing to buy the GPU from ourselves.
Right.
So they just use that to undercut their competition, which is the people that they're partnered with. So it's like, it's kind of like they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Right.
At least to an extent. So it would be nice if they would. I mean, I don't see Nvidia changing anything anytime soon.
Not really, no.
They're making mega huge money off of everything right now.
Yeah, but like I looked at the big graphics cards came out today. It's like $2,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, people are lining up like it was like a freaking. People were like just adding it to their things like it was a trip to the grocery store. It's like, man, I wish I had $2,000 to spare.
I think the irony is that a lot of these people don't even use it to play like really big games. It's like,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, it's like I have to play. Yeah, people literally buy it just to play League, and I'm like, you can already play League. It's like, yeah, but I want a better ring. It's like, okay. So weird. Like, we were joking around today. It's like, oh yeah, I need to buy a 4090. I need to play solitaire. Can't run solitaire.
It's like, yes, I'm going to buy a 4090 to play Fortnite. Like, all right, dude. Whatever floats your boat.
I had some guy tell me he was gonna play Warzone with it. I was like, yeah, I could see probi needing that, but that's kind of just the insane requirements Call of Duty calls.
Yeah, I have an i5, a 3rd gen i5 in my desktop, and a GTX 1650, and I can run like Dolphin at 1080p at like all the maximum things that you'd need for that. So like the fact that I could do that on this week of hardware, like I mean, I don't need more power yet. If I needed more power, then I would consider it. But like, you know, you gotta. Some people, I feel like a lot of people don't. You should tailor your computer to what your actual needs are, right?
Yeah, because I feel like just being extra for the sake of being extra.
Yeah. I mean, like, my ideal PC would probably be, like, the same thing, but, like, maybe instead of 1080p 60, I would be, like, 1440p ultra-wide, maybe? That would probably be my idea, because I don't like multi-monitor, so I'd probably do stuff like that. So for that, I would need, like, what? Like a 70 series instead of, like, a...
Probably.
50 series, or whatever? I mean, whatever. Not that big of a difference. But the people who go like crazy and are just like, yeah, I need the 4090, and it's like a GPU that's like the size of an air conditioning unit.
Yeah, it's like, how do you already have like the case space allocated for that? You know, it's like pretty much have to buy something pretty much tailored for that.
Like, I don't understand how people
how do you fit it into your case already? No.
Why are they so large?
Yeah, it was interesting. Just how ready people were to drop $2,000.
Hey, you got level 3.
Yeah, hopefully I can keep that.
If you can make it to the next level, I would make a save state.
I probably will. Since it crashed, I'm gonna give myself that one.
If you can make it to the next stage with level 3, definitely.
Come on, you piece of shit. Oh my god, I hate you so much, Snake.
Rest in peace.
Why does it give me a double shot there when I don't even have
a weapon?
Yeah.
Some weapons, man.
And there's like a freaking screen wipe when it doesn't need...
Item RNG. Yeah,
yeah, so it was a very interesting day with all the new... It's just like, what game really needs that right now either? It's like, what game is so intense that needs it right now?
Well, not only that, but like, what game is actually, even if there is games that are that intense, like, what games are worth playing that are that intense?
Right.
Like, are you really like, do you need the 4090 because you're about to play, like, you know, you need 144 hertz 4K for your Call of Duty here, or like what's the deal? Like, why are you spending this much on a graphics card? Like,
yeah,
I just don't. It's weird. Like, even because here's the thing, like, you like my 1650.
Yeah, and like these things aren't even standard too. This is like luxury type thing, you know.
Well, the thing is like the price to performance gets worse and worse as you climb higher on the chain too.
Right.
So like the 4090 price to performance is way worse than like the 4070, for example. Well, actually, I'm not so sure about that. They're now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of these new GPUs, even the higher, even like the mid-tier, quote-unquote, like for the high-end stuff, is like really... Price to performance has been bad for a while, though. I mean, like, if you go on Amazon right now and you want to buy a 1650, like, you're still talking like $260. I bought my 1650 brand new for $160 back in 2020.
Ow. So,
like, yeah, like, this is like... We are in pretty weird territory right now for GPU prices, even, and this is after the
crypto.
Yeah. So like, I don't understand what's going on. I guess it's like supply chain issues or something, but like,
it probably is.
Jeez, Man, the price for performance has gotten so much worse. I'm actually right now in the market for buying, I need to buy a replacement, GPU cooling shroud for my GTX 1650 because one of the fans died.
Oh, okay.
So I had to, what I've done to compensate for the dead fan is I've boosted my fan curve in MSI Afterburner all the way up to like 65% speed even at idle.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I'm currently cooling my GPU like way more than it needs to be, but I have to because like the one fan's dead, right?
Oh,
so it's
kind of
like,
dropped like a rock there.
I have to like compensate for the dead fan. So
Yeah, you gotta
order
do.
a replacement shroud now. I'm waiting for that to come at some point.
Give me a game over already so I can just restart. Anyway.
I wonder if the bats ever wonder why Simon sometimes reappears and then jumps in the water.
Has they given him a lack of reason to live? Certainly giving me a lack of reason to right now. Especially when they do that shit. I can't, like, I'm boned either way. Like, if I jump, I have to pretty much get lucky. Or if I don't hit any direction while jumping, I'm gonna fall off the platform. Or I'm gonna get knocked back. So it's like, there's like a 25% chance to live. If you try to guess yourself properly.
NES hard, baby.
Mm-hmm. Mega Man, I feel like Mega Man's easier, but then again, I've played that game way more than this one. Of course,
No, you're 100% right. Mega Man's way easier than Castlevania. Like in general.
Even without
like,
E-tanks, it's still...
It's like, it's more casually accessible. The only difference is that Mega Man becomes infinitely easier when you know the order to do things in.
Yeah.
Whereas the Castlevania, there is no order to do things in. It's just, you beat the game is hard, beat it.
I'd say probably the hardest Mega Man, the hardest stages in Mega Man probably be Wily Stage 2. When you have to refight Cutman and I mean Cutman's not too hard, but you have to bust your Cutman because there's no blocks to use his weakness on. And then you have to fight a Lekman who can kill you in 3 hits with his Thunder Beam. So you have to be careful there.
I always fight Cutman first in Mega Man 1 just because I can.
I'm talking about in Wily. I'm talking about in Wily 2 with like the
yeah, the refight with it.
Refight, because you don't have an option there. Like I said, Lekman can kill you. I
think the last time I played classic Mega Man through, like the
original
1, 2, and 3 mostly, I think around the time. I think around the time they came out on like the 3DS Virtual Console, I picked.
Oh, okay.
I was like, like 2013 sometime ish, 2014, something like that. It was a long time ago. Was it, or was it sooner than that? It might have been earlier than that actually. It might have been like 2012. Like like when the 3DS is still kind of new is when those NES Virtual Consoles started coming out, right?
Yeah. Shit. Did I not get hit?
Good dodge. Mega Man isn't a series I revisit too often.
Yeah.
Obviously, big that your name is Proto Blues. I assume you're a big Mega Man fan, though.
Yep. I need to revisit the X series more. Like I'll play X1 and X2 like any day.
I would consider myself mostly
even X3, honestly.
You know, I consider myself mostly like a casual fan of the Mega Man series. Like it's like one of those things where I'm like, well, you know, I'll play one here and there, but like, I'm not gonna be like, you know, creaming myself over Mega Man 11 or whatever, right?
Still want them to make a sequel to that because they feel like they barely did anything with that other than it's like, hey, here's a new Mega Man game and we're gonna leave it like that for 4 years.
Well, I mean, you know, for a long time, Mega Man was getting oversaturated, so I guess it's kind of...
Yeah.
It's alright.
But it had been 8 years since Mega Man 10 for any kind of any big Mega Man content. So it was like, I thought it was like going to be like the start of something, no, not as saturated, but a steady resurgence, you know?
Right.
But they really haven't done anything with besides make collections, which is fine, which is good. It's keep doing that too. But I wanted also maybe X9 or something like that, or remake. I don't know.
Well, you know, at least it's not as bad as what Capcom does, or at least what Capcom does is not as bad as what Konami does with all their stuff.
At least they made the Castlevania Advance Collection.
forever.
That's more than I thought they were gonna do.
I mean, re-releasing their old products is like the bare minimum they can really do, though. Realistically, we could be living in a much better timeline with Konami, and we're not. For what reason exactly?
Alright, I'm gonna make a save state.
You know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
All over what? Like a mobile game sales or something? Like they decided to like tank their reputation publicly?
Yeah. I'm cooler. Let's save here just in case the game decides to randomly crash again, which is like it's so weird. Like, sure, like freeze on me once. That's sure, whatever. I'll chalk that up to bad luck. Freeze on me twice is a bit concerning. Gotta try and hold on to the holy water again.
I'm just kind of tired of greedy mega corporations in the video game space.
Yeah,
honestly.
but that's just the climate we live in right now. We just have to hopefully get through it. So something happens.
Well, I mean, realistically, I feel like we've kind of ripped the Band-Aid off, so to speak. Like with all these mega corps, they're just gonna be it forever. Like, you know, are they just gonna be like, are all games gonna be like soulless, just lots of, you know, trying to upsell you on everything constantly? Is that what everything is now? Like,
I don't know, that's just the kind of market.
I mean, like, take what Blizzard's doing with like Overwatch 2 here. That's like
that's just shitty, you know, like that's just
like people pay money for that game, and now you can't play the original. You have to play a free-to-play game.
Yeah, and then people like, and I'm just so confused after all the controversy and all like the stuff about the game, and people are like, oh, I'm gonna play because it's Overwatch and that has characters. And like, sure, you like the characters, but like they're barely characters, honestly. Like I don't, and plus, it's just like, it's just, I don't know why. I just don't know why you still enjoy. I'm not gonna stop you from enjoying it, obviously. You know, I don't want to do that to people, but like, I just don't understand with how Overwatch works right now.
I just don't understand why there's like, what's so appealing about just another like Fortnite Battle Pass thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Overwatch was kind of, and Overwatch had shit. I did it again.
They did
the axe, yeah. But they did the thing with loot boxes and stuff like that, and then they towards the end there they sort of got called out for that, and is weird. I think they were kind of scrambling to find out what they could get out of people after loot boxes were not an option anymore.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of these sorts of games, these sorts of like big online multiplayer experiences that are like targeted around a specific game design philosophy, it just like it becomes tiresome. And I think people are starting to get tired of it too. So
yeah, I think it'll start to bite them so much. You know, after a while that they'll learn from it. But you just honestly, I know it's kind of like a defeatist like compliance kind of thing where it's like just like it'll get better after a while, but it's better to take action more than that. But I'm just like, I don't know what I can do right now to immediately make something.
Well, I mean, really, the only thing you can do is just not support the things that are doing things that are bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, these mega corporations, they kind of like, they kind of bank on the idea that that there's a handful of people who are going to spend way too much.
And to the, you know, you're kind of right about that at some point because there's just a lot of dumb people like that.
Numbers game, right? Anyway, on a less depressing note,
Yeah.
Nintendo is still doing things pretty good. I'm glad that they haven't like.
Yeah, pretty
fallen.
decently. Yep.
Yeah.
The only thing I
I mean,
could
like,
really
I'd say the worst they did was like what Pokemon Unite, and that's like not even necessarily Nintendo's fault.
people still play that game all the time because it's a MOBA and they just want, you know. I don't know. I don't get MOBAs like League and right. I just don't
I
understand
just
it.
find that insufferable to like get into.
Yeah. But the only thing I'd say Nintendo's probably done really not good is Mario Strikers Battle League.
Oh, I mean, that one
The
wasn't that
content
good,
rollout
but-
for that game is absolutely awful and couldn't have been that way.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I'm not really too sure why. Well, I mean, I played the test fire or whatever it was, whatever you want to call it. The
Yeah, but like
first
you weren't
kick
you
or
weren't really
I don't know.
you were pretty much playing what the entire game had to offer right away. So and I felt like that
I
was
know.
kind of
That's what I was like. Wait a second. Everything I'm seeing here in this demo is basically everything I've seen from the game. So it's like,
and they're really and the way they're rolling out
I
content
don't
really
like
isn't
this,
anything
basically what I thought.
substantial.
I said, well, I don't really like this that much, so I just skip it. I only
But,
played
but
it
from,
anyway. because
from
it
what
was-
it looks like, the game still plays fine. Like from a Mario Strikers perspective, it still looks good. It's just like what they've given
it's
people
like
to do.
lacking in soul. That's
Yeah,
what I
this-
think,
which
it's
is very
like,
weird. But I feel like Nintendo knew people like this is just obviously just an inference or like guess. Nintendo knew what people liked about Mario Strikers, like with the edginess, a bit more like character to it, and they decided to kind of strip that a bit away to make it more in line with what they thought was acceptable. Even though they approved the original one, it's kind of like maybe we shouldn't do that again because they're fearful of what it could turn into. I don't know. That's my
I
guess,
have
but
no idea. I don't get it either. I think that yeah, they're willing to draw the line in the sand there, but then they don't draw the line in the sand with Ubisoft and Mario Rabbids.
but that's actually a good
Or that-
game.
Well, even so, but it's still like I would argue that Mario and Rabbids crossover does way more to damage the Mario brand than any sports game ever could.
Not.
You know?
I'm gonna disagree on there because Mario and Rabbids is not what you would think it would be, even with
Even so, I'm just talking like from an outside perspective.
outside
right?
perspective. Sure, why not? I mean, people
Yeah.
really see that and go like, oh, it's like no, but no, I think it's worth taking a look at and like, and there's I think with the gameplay, most of all, because like it's not gonna be like wacky rabbit. It's not wacky rabbits hijinks. It's like actual strategy game with mechanics and stuff, and like it's like really good.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Mario Rabbids. I'm just saying that like the impression that it gives is one that I think inherently devalues the Mario brand slightly.
A little bit,
at least
yeah.
at least from the public perception point of view.
Yeah.
As far as actually how the game is, I'm sure it's fully fine. It's just like an XCOM type of thing anyway. It's like whatever. But like, it's more just like I'm talking exclusively like in terms of optics. Nintendo is super concerned about optics, but then they let stuff like that fly, and people think that's super weird. So it's just like I don't understand why the lines they draw are so arbitrary. You know?
I will say though that this team from Ubisoft is a lot different from typical team from Ubisoft because they actually have passion and art. Well, not art, but like they have drive and like passion to actually make something they want. This is something they wanted to make. It wasn't something mandated by Ubisoft's like, hey, we should make a Mario crossover with Rabbids. No, this is like something they wanted to use with the studio talent that they had. I mean, and then they have really good reach because Grant Kirkhope worked on the soundtrack for the game too. So it's like, and now they're even got Yoko Shimomura working on the second game soundtrack with Grant. So it's like, they get much better than that. I actually can't wait to go play that. It comes out next week.
I'm probably gonna pass on it, but that's mainly just because I just don't have much interest in that kind of gameplay style. I've seen like plenty of gameplay footage. It's just not my kind of game, I guess.
I understand, but it's definitely worth. If you're ever curious, it's definitely worth.
I just think it's an odd juxtaposition with Nintendo and the whole like Mario Sports thing. It's like, yeah, we're gonna be like weirdly controlling over our own developers making like the Mario RPG games for no reason. And you know that like tanked the Mario and Luigi series, tanked the Mario the Paper Mario series, you know.
Yeah.
So like, why do that? But then, like, with this Rabbids thing, they're just like, oh yeah, just, like, do whatever you want. Oh yeah, like, Rosalina's a giant evil space goddess now? Whatever, cool. Okay. It's like, alright. Whatever.
Mario characters really... the Mario characters really don't do a whole lot in the grand scheme of things there. They're just kind of there to be there. Which works. They don't really need to do much more than that. So...
well,
again, the gameplay is, like, really good.
At least Nintendo is maybe easing up a little bit. I mean, Nintendo used to be like the censorship guy. You know what I mean?
Right, they did.
These days, like you could go on the Nintendo eShop and it's like, haha, hentai. It's like, oh, okay.
Although they did announce recently that they like, you can't have like dumb things. They announced like a little bit of a reel back on that, but it's definitely for like a good reason. So I'm not gonna hit you, Candle. I know your tricks. It lies in the sea. I won't fall for it again.
I think I might take a break from watching some anime and actually read some manga for a bit. I think that's what I might do next.
Also, I also wanted to say quickly on the Mario and Rabbids thing. When I was sick last week, I actually got a chance to finish up Mario and Rabbids because I had finished the game, but I had not done the Donkey Kong DLC for it, and that Donkey Kong DLC is like really good. Liked it a lot.
I don't know. I'll consider picking up the original Mario Rabbids at some point when it's like on a really cheap sale again.
Oh yeah, there'll be it goes on sale a lot actually, so you'll have time to do that.
Part of me is like with the sequel, I'm thinking the same thing. Like I'll just probably like maybe like 6 or 7 years down the line when it's like
that's probably fair enough. So yeah.
It's weird to me that Nintendo even like, given the fact that its sales have not been like, its sales are so low, which is unusual for Nintendo, especially with Mario stuff.
I think it's done decently well.
It must have sold a lot of copies, at least. That's for sure.
Yeah. The Donkey Kong DLC is like really good, especially, and also if you're a fan of well, at least Grant Kirkhope music anyway, or Donkey Kong 64, the nostalgic feelings will be there in the DK60 in the Donkey Kong DLC because Grant uses some of his DK64 content in it, and it's really good.
Well, you know, someday.
Yep.
It's one of those. Maybe if I'm ever in the mood for like a real-time like action strategy game like that.
Yeah.
Like
it's really
style.
Yeah. I mean, I've played. If you play Fire Emblem, you'll get into that. Or you know, obviously they said it's XCOM too, but like, obviously, Nintendo person is like, oh, it's Fire Emblem.
Well, of course they have to say that.
Well, no, that's just me comparing it, not them.
Right.
Taking my time.
Fire Emblem is one of those series I've mostly slept on. Like, it's a series that it's okay, but I don't know. I'm not like.
I've only played.
I've never been.
I played Awakening. I liked it a lot. And I played Three Houses. I only played Golden Deer. I didn't go back and do any of the other routes, but hopefully sometime I will. Yes. Oh my god. I just need to survive. I just really need to survive.
Yeah, this room is like one of the hardest rooms.
Yeah. God, please. Okay. I think I know what I need to do. Oh my god. Okay, I think I got this. Let's go.
Woo!
Let's go. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh my god. That's what you need the holy water for.
Well, I mean, you know, he is death, and the water is holy.
Yeah. Kill Luigi. This is for Luigi, bitch. Anyway, so we're on the final level game. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. probably got 30 minutes. Hope maybe if I can be in 30 minutes, that'll be pretty good. But also, this is one of the best songs in the game. And they got a really great remix in Smash Bros. Too. Well, that's fine. I don't care. I got past. You know what? Make a save state. Who knows? The game might crash again. But I have not used them to reload unless I have absolutely needed to. Yeah, this song is so good. Hey, you bitch. I can't get over how much I love this song. Bro, okay. Okay. That's how you want to play. Okay, just fine then, leave. He just attacked me and like, I'm out of here. I was like, okay. And then I fell off of my own volition. Ugh.
What is, out of curiosity, what is your PC hardware like again? You said it's like a...
It is, I have an RX, for my GPU it's RX 570, Radeon.
RX 570, huh?
Yeah, and I forget what my processor is, it's been a while.
The RX 570 is like, basically the same thing as a GTX 1650 in terms
Oh, really?
of power.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
roughly.
run Dolphin fine, like I said, it's just like, I don't know what my limits are. Kinda hard to tell.
Yeah, the RX 570 is like, it's like an 11% performance difference between it and the 1650. So I mean, you're pretty much, you know.
I'm good. I would like to upgrade, especially for streaming more, you know?
Right.
Especially for streaming PC games, because like, I don't know, like, say, if I wanted to record Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which I have on PC, because I wanted to use like a...
mostly, it would depend more on like your CPU usage, because you're probably using CPU encoding, right?
Yes.
So what's your CPU then?
Actually, I have to look again. I could probably look by looking it up on my system here, but I can't tell you right off the top of my head.
Okay.
And I don't know why I don't memorize these things, because it's kind of important.
Because I mean, like, obviously, like, you always have the options of, like, on an NVIDIA GPUs, at least, like, the modern ones especially, they all have, like, NVEnc, so you can use, encoding on the GPU instead to do, streaming, but, like, that's pretty bad, like...
Yeah.
So...
I don't think I know anybody who really does that.
I mean, the only people who probably do it are people who don't have enough CPU usage to spare, really.
Yeah.
Like my case, for example, if I was going to stream on Twitch, I'd probably use GPU encode because, you know, I don't have, my CPU is like an old i5 3450 or something.
Oh, why did I do that? Oh my god. Well. Even if I do get the Dracula before, like, I want to stop streaming, I don't think I'm gonna beat him in time because he's very hard. I am very impressed with my playing in the last level with the holy water run, as I guess I'll call it. There, I just try to avoid these bastions as best as I can because it's better. Because they have the same health equivalent. Because they're basically the first boss of the game. They'll still have the health bar up one, so it's not worth fighting one over platforms like that just to die.
Right. Better just to avoid them if you can.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell where they'll go. I have to try and juke him out a bit.
Honestly, that guy stood still. You probably could have just kept going.
I know, but he'll move at the worst possible time, like right in the middle of a jump or right before. Or like that.
See that time he moved all the way up, so you had no
Yeah,
choice.
sometimes he won't though. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's all like procedural based on your inputs, I'm sure.
You bitch.
Just try stopping at a specific spot, some other specific place.
Yeah, that worked there. Except for the fireball. Okay, he just decided not to move, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Ew, I don't know what you're gonna do. I have a stopwatch though, that can help.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't do it again because it costs 5 hearts to use. It's the only sub weapon in the game that costs more than 1 heart to use.
Nice.
Yeah. Now we have the rest of the level to worry about. Can I
Stage
get
17.
stock up on hearts? I will need them because I only have 2 uses of the stopwatch right now. I'd like to have some. What the? I just turned around. It's the way the stairs work, because the stairs do not work unless you press down or up to go up or down them.
Yeah, I remember that stuff. What a spooky
Bullshit.
skeleton.
Huh?
What a spooky skeleton he was.
I know. He's trying to like use a zone. I did it again. It's just so bad because like if you can't press down because then you'll immediately start going back down the stairs and you can't jump on the stairs to get off. You have to go back up.
Yep.
Stairs are the worst thing in 8-bit Castlevania games.
I don't know, you get used to them after a while. But you keep getting boned.
Literally.
Yeah. The spooky
Okay, why did you
skeleton.
chase me halfway across the screen, bro? Okay, I got lucky there. And then decided it's like, nope, that didn't count.
Hitboxes, man. Hitboxes.
No, he just decided to stay in the same place, and it was just like, yes. That fireball.
You know what series is expensive to get into that I want to play at some point is the Atelier Ryza series.
Oh, I think I've seen those, yeah. Are you talking about expensive in the ways of like the games or the actual merchandise? Because if they want those figures, those are pretty expensive.
I'm sure those are ridiculous too, but the games are expensive too. Like,
How are they expensive? Or just because
well,
they...
the digital deluxe edition of just the first one on Steam right now is $71.99.
Oh, shit.
Sheesh. Obviously, I could just wait for a sale, but even on sale, they only go down to like $29.99. It's like, and there's 3 of them, so I don't know. I'll have to get around to that eventually, though. It does look like a fun series. Good JRPGs.
Heard good things. It's not my tastes, I guess. Even though... Probably just from... the thing in the wall.
I mean, it does look like an action JRPG with cute characters. And,
yeah.
You know, what is Xenoblade if not an?
That's fair.
Characters.
Birds.
So I don't know. Maybe you would enjoy it. I don't know. It's a Koei
Maybe I would.
thing. Yeah. I'll have to get around to those eventually.
I was just always afraid of... I think Xenoblade 2 kind of scared me into this, but I'm kind of scared of like trying out new RPGs and then having to like study up on how the mechanics work because it doesn't really explain it well, or it's just really complicated, even though it's just...
I don't know. I enjoyed that part of the Xenoblade 2 quite a lot, actually. Yeah. Like learning all the intricacies. So yeah. I don't know. It didn't really bother me too much with that one. That's part of the reason I loved it so much. It really is I never made any of that. Part of it is like sometimes with JRPGs, you can get into like a rut of not knowing what you're doing and then making mistakes as a result, right?
Yeah.
But with Xenoblade 2, I didn't really ever have that problem because I had multiple sources of guidance. But also like without
you have more guidance these days than when it first launched.
Yeah. But Xenoblade 3, I think, was pretty cool because the game actually did a pretty good job guiding you.
It did.
Itself. Yeah.
And that was probably a very, very big response to 2. Like, they didn't outright say it, but it's just like, I can tell with the way the tutorials are. It's like, yeah, we are sorry for Xenoblade 2 in terms of bad tutorial.
Right. I wonder if like Nintendo, or I wonder if Monolith would do like a re-release of Xenoblade 2 like later on down the line with like better graphics and stuff.
Be cool.
I think it would be too, yeah. I love all the that's like one of the things about Xenoblade 2 I'll never be able to forget that game no matter what, because it's just such a wide variety of character designs and stuff. Man, it was just so good.
It is very good. That was funny.
Having such a wide variety of character designs is it's very appealing, you know? Oh yeah, I forgot, like the Xenoblade, Xenoblade's DLC 3. Xenoblade.
Oh, that's tomorrow, yeah.
Isn't that like soon?
Tomorrow.
Oh really?
13th, yeah.
Crazy to think that it's already the 13th. The last 2 weeks for me were a blur though because of this whole.
Yeah, they kind of same for me.
Yeah, a lot of like sleeping like way too much and.
But you probably needed the sleep. Get better. Part. Made some progress. We keep it though, that's the question. Oh, actually we're here, holy shit.
Alright.
But I don't really have what I want.
Hey, you got like 43, it's 11:43, you've got like a bit of time.
But the thing is, I'm not very good with Dracula here.
Oh, you know.
Especially, I'm gonna die here because I only have 2 health left.
Right, yeah, well, you know, you can at least give it a shot.
I've got holy water too. You have to hit his head. But the way he opens the cape is kind of hard to... But at least you start here, and I think even if you get a game over, you start here too, which is good, because I guess it counts as a separate level. They kind of give you everything you really need to. And also, you can go and grind for hearts. Actually, I probably should do that. I gotta get a game over anyway.
Grind for hearts, then do a save state.
It's okay, I don't want to do that.
Having to repeat the grind would be annoying.
I guess it would be.
Yeah. That's mean. Spawning him right on top of you.
Oh yeah, he'll do that all the time.
Annoying.
You can hit whip on the fireballs.
I forgot what a pain in the butt this boss is.
Dracula is just... It's not even his final form.
Yeah, it's just an annoying... isn't his final form a little easier than this
if you have holy water, it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
It's even better if you have a triple or double shot of it. Oh, don't be like me. Remember to hit up on the stairs.
Rip.
God, that's so dumb. Don't hit up, Simon just forgets how to walk upstairs. I was holding down. I was literally holding down. I don't know what you want from me, game. Here we go.
The
Jesus.
biggest obstacle for stopping you from grinding is not
This is the stairs.
It's not Dracula. It's the stairs.
I swear to God, I was doing it. Just give me another game over. What is going on? Is it my controller not detecting this thing? I don't understand.
How nice of Dracula to put those candles back up every time you leave.
I know. He puts new things inside every time. I know. Honestly, at this point, I don't even think it's just worth it doing that.
And before you grind one session save state, and then if you fall off the stairs, you reload the save. It's like it's the only way to.
What I'm gonna do is.
You know, the irony of the game that I was telling you about earlier being called Vampire Survivors is that there's no vampires in the whole game.
False advertising, you should sue.
It's pretty good though, right? That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Vampire Survivors. There's no actual vampires in the whole game.
I mean, I guess you technically survived if there's no vampires. You survived the vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. That's fine, game. I'm just gonna slowly approach the stairs.
Well, the crappy thing is if you miss push the button, or rather your controller doesn't detect it or whatever, then you just die. There's no like recourse. It's not like the stairs are on a safe plane. They're not.
Yeah.
So. What I think is funny about this is from Simon's perspective. He's like, ah, yes, stairs. I'll just throw myself off the cliff. All right.
How do I stare? He's like, the first step he takes, he just immediately slips.
It's not even that. He just misses the stair. He just steps off of the building.
Like his leg goes like back behind his body, and he just face plants.
He just takes a step forward towards the step, and his leg just goes whoosh all the way to the right, you know?
Yeah.
Straight off the building. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I know this. Like, okay, I think I'm good, but I'll make a save state.
It's just like, ah, yes, I will try to walk down these stairs. He tries to walk down the stairs. probably beat it tonight.
If I get lucky enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially with that get save state you made, that you'd probably be all right. Might take a couple of tries, but I think you could do it.
I can neutralize his fireballs in time. And he just appeared right in front of me like a dick.
He just wants to give you a big hug.
I want it.
You don't want a vampire hug? Alright.
I want a vampire killer. Dude, stop!
These are truly your Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Neither Xenos or Blades. But still.
At least I didn't use save states for most of the game. I'm proud of that, I guess. Once I actually had to, like with the
Dracula
crashing.
is made to be like, haha, restart the whole game as a character.
Well, I mean, you have infinite continues, so you can't.
Right.
You can only keep trying. But I mean, you obviously couldn't save, so if you couldn't beat it in time, you'd have to restart the game.
Yeah. The whole point of it was to be too hard for no reason.
Yep. I've gotten this down, and like I don't, and I'm like, I've been trying. Come on.
I picked up the Nintendo Switch port of Game Dev Tycoon recently, and I was pleasantly surprised that it has a very nice graphical user interface.
I'd
For
hope
some
so.
reason they really like went all out on upgrading the UI from the PC version.
Oh wait, so it could fit like an actual console with good control better?
Yeah, something like that. They did a good job though. I like it. Good port. I haven't played that game in a long time. It's one of those like classic indie games from like, you know.
Well, all the tycoon games, you know, are.
Well, yeah, but Game Dev Tycoon is also just like, it's also like an indie, you know. It's like it's like one of those like first wave indie tycoon games.
I think I might get this down here if I.
So.
I think I have to
Pretty cool.
delay. I think I have to delay my attack a bit to get him to miss me more.
The trick is to time your jump so that he shoots the he shoots the fireballs into the air
Yeah.
above you, so that by the time you land, he's not actually.
Until unless he
yeah.
just shows up on top of me. I literally have to keep moving or else I will get hit.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, even then, like, you still might get hit.
Yeah,
He's
that's
pretty
the thing.
mean. He's pretty mean. I remember this. This is rough.
Especially when he has a small hitbox too. I don't even know if holy water works on him. I want to try and duck too because that's smaller. I need to just retry. Have to save after every hit. That's cheap.
That's probably taking it a little too far,
Yeah,
but
it's an abuse of power. Even his timing of his fireballs is a bit erratic too.
yeah. I mean, he does telegraph it slightly.
A little bit, yeah.
Like you see the coat open before the fireball shoot. Once the coat opens, the timing is the same every time. It looks like.
Okay.
So like, I guess maybe you want to jump roughly at the same time as the coat opens.
No, but it's kind of reaction at that point, and then it's hard to
Yeah.
really get a good reaction. Wanted to catch that. Okay, okay.
Ah,
Damn it.
it's okay.
No, I got close.
That was pretty good.
I didn't want to do that too early, but that's okay. Sometimes the fireballs can drop stuff, like hearts, but it's hard to really hit them as well because they're so small.
If only they could drop chickens.
I wish they could. I think only like Super Castlevania 4 did that.
Yeah. I don't know how those fireballs didn't hit you.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was like hitbox trickery.
He's gonna outdamage me. Again, I should suck in holy water right away. Gotta save it for later.
Truly one of the games of all time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it kind of is. You think of a video game, this is like what comes to mind.
Yep.
Good old-fashioned video game. All of its trappings. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, I miss back when you can just put in a game and play it. You know, there's still games like that today, to be sure. But like, put the cartridge for it or disc or whatever, you just put it in and you played the game. Don't have to worry about any extra stuff.
Nintendo Switch is probably the closest we have to that experience. And
Nintendo in general is probably the closest for
Yeah.
consistency with that.
I mean, obviously, there's still like installs necessary for like updates, and some games are
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know, we couldn't be bothered to spend the extra money on the more expensive cartridges, so just download half of the game. But whatever, you know, it is what it is. The trappings of the game industry, I suppose.
Like, I need to keep moving.
I'm gonna go grab a soda. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Gonna try something. Double shot. It's somewhere. Oh. I'm gonna give it, Freak comes back. I need to play more defensively. That. Oh, I had you going. Gonna get him now.
Any luck?
I'm figuring something out. I think I need to play more defensively by hitting the fireballs.
Doesn't hurt.
Sometimes they will drop a double shot too.
Like I said, I haven't got any plans for tonight, so if you want to go
Yeah.
go a little longer, by all means.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm gonna try a few more times.
Yeah.
I think I've got something going. It's just gotta work on timing and reaction.
Yeah. This thing is this is a tough fight. I remember it not being particularly.
And again, we're not. I can still get screwed on the second phase too, which will be even worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna queue up some manga to download in the background so that I don't have to use the website. I can use my tablet thing.
I'm hitting it too early on the cape, I guess.
MangaDucksDL.py.
So I can try and use holy water to get them too. But I need to look. I know I just took one hit, but it's just like even taking one hit feels bad. You want to save the hit because you don't get a health restore. You have to do this perfectly.
Alright, download all 72 chapters. Has this script updated in a while? No, it hasn't needed update in a while. That's good.
Timing to it. Come on, that's bullshit. Hit me.
Alright. Yeah, I'll let that run in the background.
So appearing on top of me is not helping.
Well, at least you've got plenty of time on your timer and plenty of hearts in your heart holder. And you've got plenty of heart in your heart to give it your best. To give it your all.
Yep. One. Couple more times. Actually go till I hit the 3. I have 5 more minutes. I'm gonna give myself 5 more minutes because that's hit the 3-hour mark. Run on that one. I need a really good run. I've done this before without using save states too. Ugh.
The water may be holy, but the pain and suffering is very unholy.
I'm gonna try something. Try using the cross to try and get rid of the fireballs. Am I right? sort of worked. Can't get the bottom one. I tried that for a bit. Because I don't aim up. I just need to hit them with the whip.
Japanese Nintendo eShop just sent me an email telling me that Pilot Wing 64 is available tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that was also a
Or
thing.
today, I guess. Pilot Wing 64, huh?
Yep.
That's a good Pilot Wings. I like the 3DS one a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I mean, who doesn't like
Double
flying
shot.
around Wookiees? That's just fun.
I know. They get a double
It was like
shot.
It was like the best part of Wii Sports Resort.
That was the best part of Wii Sports, right?
Sword Fight was pretty cool too, though.
I just like how it's pretty much just Skyward Sword beta.
I would actually argue that it's better than Skyward Sword.
I know you would, but
I think that there's a lot more depth involved in fighting with those sticks.
I'm getting
You know
somewhere.
what we never got that I wish we would have eventually got was like something that made you something that was like the sword fighting from Wii Sports Resort, but like better,
Yeah.
like more depth to it or whatever.
I'm gonna try the holy water strategy again. And the boomerang cross is unreliable. It's inconsistent. I feel like if you set off the holy water just before he sets off the cape, I feel like it's a bit better.
Funny thing about Vampire Survivors, the best item in the game, at least in my opinion, is Labora, which is the upgraded form of the holy water, which is actually just called Santa water in that game. So,
Santa water?
yeah, they call it Santa water instead.
The hell? Santa put in his water.
The death of many things that aren't vampires, apparently. Either way, it's really, really good. It's a really, really good item.
A double shot.
Oh. It's actually so good that the developers that he may nerf it.
I finally made something that works.
Alright, let's see if you can do it.
Or sort of.
Ah. I mean...
Damn it,
you're not
I
really-
got
you're
something
not
that
really,
worked. I just have to be a bit preemptive, that's all. But
yeah.
one more try, and then I think I'm gonna call it quits. We'll finish the game next time. Hang on, I took that one like a pussy. Hold on.
That was a bad... That one didn't count. That one didn't count. Strike that from the record.
Okay, why didn't... Fire hitbox is really deceptive. Appearing next to me. God, dude, I hate you. One more time, I'm sorry. Ah. Had better runs. All right. I'm gonna call it quits there for tonight. It's getting late. Didn't want to, but okay.
At least you tried. You almost got it. You got to the boss finally, at least. That's good.
I know.
Yeah, pretty
I
solid.
could beat the game in one sitting, but we'll wrap it up next time. So all right. I did yeah, I can't talk. I did want to, I told everybody before, but I did get some new emotes commissioned and hopefully they will be done soon. I gotta look what that is, but yeah, we get some new emotes soon. So, thank you to Cheat Freak and thank you to Blue Hunter Zero for joining me tonight. Thank you to everybody in the chat who showed up.
Yeah.
All right, so let's raid somebody. We can't host anybody because that's. Oh, I
Oh yeah,
mean,
they got rid of those, didn't they?
yeah, that was dumb. Oh, okay, Justice is streaming. Okay, my friend Justice is gonna go raid him. All right, I will see you guys next time for more Castlevania stuff and some other things. Oh, it's not even gonna send me to the raid. Oh my god, that's even worse.